Hey everyone, welcome back to the IWP Network, or if it's your first time, welcome hanging out with us. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast, and feedback is always welcome. So make sure to check the links below for all social media links, audio and video versions of this show, and merch. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing that feedback, and enjoy the show. We are here, Patreon episode number 4. Just sorry, as we're going live, we're talking horror movies here.
The good girl wins in the end, though, right? She
Yeah.
kills the bad guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, that's
in
good.
That movie.
She gets revenge.
Oh, excellent.
But there's some scenes in it that are tough to.
Yeah,
I did
hear
want
that.
to see the
If you have trigger issues, they're tough movies to watch.
And speaking of trigger, I was triggered by Boondock Saints 2. Let me tell you, it needs to be canceled.
I never seen the second one.
I didn't see the second
I
one.
didn't have
just the
time to watch
first
the
one.
first
what
while.
upset
It's
you
been a
about
while.
Boondock Saints?
I was highly
Did
offended.
you read the message?
Highly
Okay.
offended.
Well, the people in the watching the goddamn show
Okay.
didn't know.
I know,
So
but
I-
you're acting like you didn't know.
This is the first time I've watched these movies,
It's playing
and to find out that they talked about short people. A guy who was 5'7", they were like, "He's so short. I'm 5'4". Height's 5'2". What the fuck, people?
We're offended.
Yeah.
I'm offended.
I'm
Canceled.
upset. I could
I
be
mean,
a killer.
I'm 5'4" and I wasn't offended,
We could be killers.
I bet you the brothers ain't that tall.
but I didn't see the second
know.
one.
Never
So
mind.
I bet they aren't.
We can be killers if we want to be.
No one's just gonna take it seriously.
We could.
Up.
Listen, if they take my pot of gold, I'll fuck them up.
You take my food.
Yeah. So I have. We're gonna go through some pop culture news.
Welcome
and
to the
stuff going on.
Patreon episode.
Yeah. So welcome to
Well
Patreon.
done.
thank you for joining us,
The
everybody.
Uh,
Mid
Patreon episode for not cool
conversation.
in high school.
You already know when
This
it
is
comes
the
to our
bonus.
sponsors and all
You
that fun
already
stuff. Thank you guys so much for supporting the Patreon. Let people know it exists. So I have, if you have news, obviously we'll talk about it here. It's kind of like an old school style show. If it's your first time watching the Patreon, we more or less talk about like what's going on currently and stuff. So my first one here is the Bethesda Xbox deal is official. It's done. Bethesda ZeniMax Studios is officially a part of the Xbox family.
Mhm.
It will stay its own company, but it will be under Xbox umbrella. So pretty much initially what Xbox is going to do is we bought you, but we're not going to like you guys already have
Yeah.
a system down. You guys are going to do your thing.
Just a parent company.
Yeah. So, but you're going to be under our branch, and essentially wherever your games go, they come down to us now. So
They added 20 games to Game Pass.
yes, which with a lot more coming.
I would assume they would all, because I mean, if you're gonna pay $2 billion or whatever, you want them all.
Yeah,
That's
they
what
are-
I would assume
They are all coming, but they put a huge chunk on them right now.
Yeah.
They put the heavy hitters. You can play Dishonored 1 and 2,
Oh,
you could play
I would assume,
Skyrim,
Fallout 4,
Morrow,
3, 4.
Oblivion, Fallout, and then the Wolfenstein games are on there, and the Doom. They put
Cool.
all the Dooms on there as well.
They have a lot of franchises.
It's
Rage.
a big studio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have Rage.
They have the new Indiana Jones game coming.
Oh,
so
they're making that. I was
yep,
aware.
Bethesda's making it. Yep. So
I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm not. That's like one I'll wait to see because I don't know how that would be.
yeah, no one knows anything about it.
Yeah.
It's just that they just pretty much said that it's going to happen. Now, I guess they pretty much said too. They answered the exclusive question. So they pretty
Kinda.
much said that
Kinda.
games that are already on other systems, they're not taking off. They're there. They're
But
people.
you can. I mean, but you could take it down. But I mean, the
Yeah.
physical.
No, they said they're keeping them there. They want if you own Doom or if you want to own Doom in the future, that the one that was already made on Switch or PlayStation or Skyrim, or they'll all still be on those platforms. The massive MMO games like Skyrim Online and Fallout 76 will still stay on those platforms. You can still enjoy those games, which are both games I didn't realize until I listened to the press conference. They talked. They pretty much acknowledged that those games fucking were horrible at start, and now they're really popular games. Especially Elder Scrolls Online is massive. A lot of people. I think they just added 3 million subscribers
Wow.
to it. Like
It's weird because it was a game no one asked for.
yeah,
Mhm.
It was such a single player experience that no one.
yeah, and it's supposed to be
The
doing really
clamor
well.
wasn't
And,
there for an MMO. Maybe like,
Yeah.
hey, you can come into my game and we can both play, but not.
Mhm.
There's 1,000 people.
Mhm.
I know. I don't want that.
I played a little bit of it. It's a lot of fun, but it's one of those games where if you don't know anybody, it can be very lonely.
And it's probably a huge time sink.
Yeah.
That's what
Mhm.
MMOs are.
Um, but I guess pretty much what we're saying is there are 2 games currently on PlayStation, Deathloop and Tokyo.
Drift.
Yeah, I forget the name of the actual game. Tokyo Hotwire or something weird like that. PlayStation.
Hotline Miami. That's
No, it's Tokyo something. It's the one where if you watch the trailer, it definitely stands out. But it's a game that PlayStation paid Bethesda before this deal went through
yeah,
to be a timed exclusive on PlayStation for a year.
Oh, okay.
Xbox is going to honor that and let that game be exclusive on their system for a year, and then once it's done exclusive, it comes to Game Pass and it's on Xbox. When it comes to the future of Bethesda, they're pretty much saying without saying, but if you want to play Fallout, if you want to play Skyrim, if you want to experience the next Doom, you're probably gonna have to own an Xbox to do it or have Game Pass.
I would think so. Even though they said we don't know about everything, but why would you spend that much money to
Exactly?
to
And
let
that's pretty
other
much what they
apps
said.
run?
They said we spent this money to give Xbox players and Game Pass subscribers that exclusive contract.
Yeah.
So, pretty much they're making a new game called Starfield that's coming out. I believe it's Starfield. I hope I got that
It's
right.
either that or Starlink.
It's in the group chat.
For those that don't know, it's either Fallout or Skyrim in space.
Yeah, it's pretty much Skyrim.
In space.
Like
Fallout. Like Leprechaun 4 in space.
Yes, it has gone to space.
Yeah. So it's like Mass Effect with a big first person.
A lot of people are hyped for.
Well, not first person. Well, single player adventure. Yeah,
Starfield.
I'm interested in it.
Starfield.
Yeah, Outer Worlds would be the game that's closest to it.
So now Outer Worlds is owned by Obsidian, which is another company.
Yeah.
And they made Fallout New Vegas.
Mhm.
So pretty much Obsidian was a company that made a bunch of really good games, and then Xbox bought them as well.
Oh, okay.
So they are also an Xbox brand. Obsidian has made games like Knights of the Old Republic.
Mhm.
They made games like the new one that's out right now, Grounded, which is like the Honey I Shrunk the Kids style game for Xbox.
yeah,
It's under Game Pass or
It's
Game
online
Preview.
only,
Yeah, it's not finished, but it's a game you can play as of right now. There's a few other games they made, but another big one they're popular for is they made the South Park games.
Oh, I know.
So
that.
I love those.
they
games.
make RPGs. They're Western RPGs. That's what they focus on.
Yeah, Knights of the Republic were great. They were
Yes.
on regular Xbox.
And they also made the Outer Worlds, which was a huge hit.
Yeah, I didn't get to play that. I wanted
Yeah.
to though.
So that is also owned by Xbox now, and they have the game coming out that they teased called Avowed, which it looks like Skyrim. It's like it's Obsidian's version of Skyrim, which people are excited for because a lot of people feel like the last Fallout game that they were big fans of was New Vegas, that was made by Obsidian.
Mhm.
So now that Obsidian and Bethesda are under the same branch, they had a conference that I got to listen to about 3/4 of it, and a big thing that Bethesda likes to do is they'll say, "Hey, the people who made like this game and this game," because ZeniMax has more than one studio; they have multiple studios. But they'll sit there and say they're really big about working together with other studios and helping each other. So they'll reach out to a developer and be like, "Hey, how did you guys make your guns feel that way in your game? Can we exchange information?" So, and that was a big thing that Microsoft really drew them into the Bethesda deals because Bethesda is very open to working with one another and stuff like that. So they're a studio that now that Bethesda and Obsidian are in the same branch, they may work together again. They may say, "Hey, you guys made Fallout New Vegas. You want to make a Fallout New Vegas 2? And it's not a Bethesda game. It could be yours, but now that we're owned by the same people, there's really no barriers there because they don't have to go through that legal loophole. It may be a thing where they say, "Hey, we did this in Avowed. Maybe you want to use it in Elder Scrolls 6." So there's a lot of cross-play that I guess Xbox is pretty much saying in this conference, and it's going to go between Obsidian and Bethesda and ZeniMax. It's going to go to Microsoft Studios. It's going to go to the other studios they bought. So they're really opening the doors for those companies to now work together and make better games. So if you're excited, if you're an RPG player, a thing that Xbox really struggled with for a long time, not just exclusive games, was RPGs. RPGs was not a big thing on Xbox. I think the only thing they really had was Fable, and that
There was some. Not so much Japanese one. They had one. Lost Odyssey was really good. It was on 360.
yeah.
It was like Final Fantasy, and they never made another one.
Mm-hmm.
So
So
Blue Dragon too, which was the guy that did the art for Dragon Ball Z,
yeah,
and that was a
Mhm.
classic RPG, which was another good one, but only one and done. That
Mhm.
was it. And that was very early on in 360.
so Xbox has really turned the corner here, where they said, "Hey, we're not gonna have we didn't have exclusive games," and now they picked up a few major studios and one big studio that has multiple studios. They went from 6 to 15 in the matter of 2-3 years. A lot of good games coming, and if you're an RPG player, Xbox is definitely a place to be if you're looking for that branch. So you have Skyrim, you have Fallout, you have Doom, you have
Doom's
The Rage.
shoot.
I'm just saying, putting some games. Prey. You have The Evil Within, and that's just all one thing there. That Obsidian. Then Fable's also coming, and then just to look in the future, you have Starfield, Fable, Avowed,
What was that?
Ground. That's the wind.
Wow.
Fallout, Elder Scrolls, and then whatever next franchise Obsidian does that may or may not be Outer Worlds 2, but that's one of their studios that made Outer Worlds. Who knows what their next game's going to be? So they may completely go a whole new thing and make a new game.
I thought they were. I watched the guy on YouTube. It's called Spawnwave Media. He's like it's like daily news for video games.
Mhm.
And he was saying that Obsidian was doing something, but I forget what it was now. Totally.
Well, Obsidian's working. They're working on Grounded and they're working on Avowed. Avowed's their Skyrim
some
version.
game that like you wouldn't think, and it's like, oh, they're making it. I forget. Maybe
Yeah,
it could be.
they may be that's coming out, but there's a big one that there is the Avowed and the Grounded, and then whatever their answer to Outer Worlds is going to be. Because I think they have like within Obsidian they have 3 or 4 studios
Mhm.
that make other games. So
I think it was Knights of the Republic 3.
yes,
Officially.
yes,
Which everyone wants because they made the MMO. And people are like, well,
Well-
that's great, but we don't want an MMO. We want a single player experience.
yeah. So Knights of the Republic can definitely come back now that LucasArts is pretty much saying anyone can make
Yeah.
our games. We're not going to be exclusive to a branch.
Like that one. Remember that one they showed? I think it was called 5150 or something like that. It was numbers. And it was like a bounty hunter. It was supposed to be on I think Xbox the
Mhm.
last system.
Yeah,
I
Whatever.
remember that.
One.
360.
Yeah. No, the one.
One.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's supposed to be on that. It looked awesome. And only showed this one like bounty hunter doing a little bit, and then the game was canceled because LucasArts was doing their thing.
Yeah, because they went exclusive with EA.
Yeah, that was like 6 years
Mhm.
ago. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe not 6, but
Now, when you think, this is just a question for, I know 2 of you on the table are predominantly PlayStation. When you think of Xbox, like what?
Halo.
So like shooter games,
Yeah.
like first person
Yeah,
shooters.
I think of shooters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they were.
Halo, Gears of War,
Uh,
Forza.
I used to think of them as a racing shooter platform. That was because Gran Turismo I thought were good games, but the first time I ever played a Forza, I'm like, oh, this is way better than Gran Turismo. Like I just felt like the controllers felt really nice for racers, like with the original Xbox and the 360. But yeah, I would say shooter. And I don't even want to say first person shooters, but they had a lot of first person shooters. But Gears was a
For
third.
360, I have a ton of first person shooters. There's like,
And then your cinematic first single player story as well as your JRPGs or your PlayStations. Xbox is trying to get in the JRPG market. That's like their big thing they're working on now. They're
they have
trying.
Dragon Quest, don't they?
No, Nintendo has that. Well, maybe PlayStation. Actually, Nintendo and
I know
PlayStation
Nintendo
have
does
that.
for sure.
Dragon Quest is actually on Game Pass too. The new-
Oh, they got
I
it
think
now.
I think it's on everything now.
yeah.
Oh.
I
The
don't think it's
canceled game was called 1313.
Okay. Yeah.
And
One
actually, I would say I'm predominantly Nintendo than PlayStation.
Yeah. The same.
I'll throw that out there. Actually.
Nintendo is definitely on my. I didn't realize how many Nintendo games I had until I had to.
I have a lot
Buy-
of Switch games. I have like 30.
I have a lot
Actually,
too.
The other day they did that Nintendo thing, or for Mario,
the
where it was
Nintendo Direct.
35%
Yes.
off.
Yeah.
Whatever. I thought it was just going to be through like the Nintendo
No, it's
website.
in stores.
No, I ordered from Walmart and they showed it up on my doorstep in a Walmart bag.
Yeah.
They delivered it from a local Walmart.
Wow, that's awesome.
It was weird.
That's
Well, yeah, if you
great.
buy what's the Bowser's Fury,
Mhm.
guaranteed delivery that day.
Oh,
Or
that's
something
cool.
they have if you order a certain time.
Well,
or next day.
Mario Day just
I
passed,
wanna
which
get
is
that.
March 10th. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
MAR
Get it.
10
Get it?
Mario.
So cute.
I said that at work, and they're like, "I don't get it," and I'm like, "It's March 10th," and they're like, MAR
Yeah.
10IIO.
Marwano.
And they're like, "Oh shit, I never knew that." I was like, "Yeah." I actually just ordered on Amazon before Mario Day. I got the Mario and Raving Rabbits or Rabbit.
Oh, that's a fun game.
Yeah, I heard it was like on sale for like $30 or something
Oh,
like
you
that.
got
Oh,
a good deal. I have to play
the,
it yet. It's on my list. I have it.
It's called what's it called?
It's the Ubisoft Rabbits with Mario.
Yeah.
It's called what's it called?
Something
Let me look it up.
Raving Rabbits
I'm
or
gonna tell you this right
Rabbit
now.
Rabbit.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
It is. There's puzzles on. I got to a puzzle. I stopped. I
It's-
can't figure it out.
It's a strategy. You ever play XCOM?
Mhm.
Like that with like strategical turn-based shooting.
Yeah.
And it's very hard. It's very hard.
Mm.
I only made like
I got my
halfway.
Link's Awakening game.
Oh, did you
I
start it?
haven't
yet?
started yet 'cause I started playing Breath of the Wild.
Oh, what do you think so far?
Well, then you ain't ever gonna start the Link's Awakening.
Breath of the Wild's fun. I didn't get a chance to play too much, but I got a few runes done. And I also ordered because it was super cheap. You know how we did the amiibo cards for
Mhm.
Animal Crossing? Well, on Amazon for like $12. They sold a little brown bag, like a little brown notebook,
a little brown.
It's like a
a
little brown cake.
a little brown case that looks like a Zelda case, and instead of the small ones, they're actually like wallet-sized bank cards, like a little smaller than a bank card, but they all slide into this little brown notebook, and they're the 25 Zelda amiibos that you can scan into your game and use. Yeah,
I've never seen those before.
I have
pretty
seen
much
the
all
Zelda
they
amiibos.
gave me. I think the one they gave me the Zelda's outfit. The other one gave me a wolf that follows me
So-
around.
Oh,
that their-
that's from Twilight Princess.
Yeah, and then you get like a few items, like you'll scan it and they'll drop a bunch of meat, and then it'll drop like a chest, and you open the chest.
Oh
and-
yeah, you can do them once per day. Or
Once
something
per
like
day,
that,
yeah.
So is that like the replacement for amiibos?
Yes.
Is that what the goal?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it'd make it a little bit easier.
Because
How many people are
there's
collecting amiibos?
there's certain things you can't
Yeah,
unlock
I
in
ha-
certain games. You'll see at the amiibos, and instead of going out and
Mm.
trying to get like $100 amiibo because it doesn't make anymore, they'll just make like a scan card for it.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do have the wedding one for Mario.
Oh
I want-
yeah,
I have the whole set.
Oh, the
I want the
one's
wedding
nice.
Bowser. I just want to collect. I don't want any amiibos. I only want the Bowser one. There's a Japanese Bowser and there's an American Bowser. And I want both of them. They're really good. I just love Bowser. He's always been my favorite character. But yeah, I forget where I was going with this now. Yeah, so
I don't know.
the
I don't know where you're going.
the deal's been completed. Very excited. I know the next day after that announcement, they dropped a whole bunch of games on Game Pass. So if you want to go experience some Bethesda games, they're free on Game Pass, which is super exciting. Another thing they said too is they said, we kind of told you exactly what's coming this year for Xbox when it comes to exclusive games. But what we didn't tell you is be on the lookout for maybe 2 or 3 more that no one even knows is coming. Like they're just going to drop 3 games on us this year that are exclusive to Xbox.
Bethesda.
Just Xbox Studios.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think we can almost guarantee maybe not release this year, but maybe a possible Gear 6, Halo Infinite.
What if they're new IPs?
And there might be some new IPs too, but we know about Gears and Halo. But they're saying they're complete new games that we don't
okay.
even know are coming. Starfield might get announced for this year, and this year's E3, Bethesda's going to have their own studio, but it's going to go back to back with
The
Xbox.
E3, like they're charging so much, right? And basically, it's an online thing, and everyone's saying, "Well, can't the video game people just do it themselves
And that's pretty much what they're doing.
and not waste the money? Like, why pay E3 to show a video when you could just go to your website and say, "Hey, we have an announcement at 6 o'clock today."
I think
Yeah.
Microsoft wants to keep the idea of E3 alive, so they're going to pay because when
Well,
when it comes back, they want E3 to be a thing.
well,
Like,
yeah, but like, if it's digital, who gives a shit?
yeah.
Mhm.
And why pay? It's a lot of money to be part of this E3 online thing.
Mhm.
But if you're not there, if you're not
That's
going,
tough.
and I understand if you're there because you want to show up people that are
Mhm.
coming. But if it's all online, just do it on your own website, and not pay them. That's what
Yeah.
they're saying. A lot of people are doing. And I
Yeah.
don't blame them.
Yeah. I think
And then
that-
when E3 comes back, bring it back.
I think the reason Xbox is doing it is because I think they know that a lot of people bank on that money, and there's people who run those. promotions and stuff.
They're not doing it because they're good people.
I honestly think Xbox wants to keep that thing. Like Comic-Cons right now are hurting, and there's some businesses that are
Mhm.
like, well, we can just release our trailers whenever we want, but we want to keep the idea of a Comic-Con alive. And
But that's stupid.
It's
Are
kinda
you
like
going to
it's-
sit on your movie for 2 years?
no, but they are saving trailers for Comic-Cons.
I would say put them out because you're not going to
Me-
save no fucking Doctor Strange trailer for Comic Con that may or may not
Right.
happen this
Yeah.
year.
Well, the Comic-Cons
Yeah.
are going to happen this year, but they're going to be online only.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
yeah, Wizard
Wiz-
World.
Wizard World. I was gonna say that's a couple bucks
Yeah.
to go, like depending on what you want and
But
stuff.
that's
I mean,
They had to change their whole business model. I got an email about it. I don't know if
Yeah.
anybody else did, but they had to like get into healthcare and stuff in addition to their Comic-Con stuff just to stay alive. I don't know
Yeah.
if anybody
hey, this about Wizard World
bothered to read it.
going downhill the last couple of years before. the
Yes.
pandemic.
Really?
Yeah.
They had to
Wasn't that good.
yeah, they switched owners actually. They're not ran by the same people. Actually, the people who owned Wizard World are now running that new one that we went to. The new one in Philly, Keystone.
Yeah, there's Keystone.
Keystone.
I do know also when it comes to this, I don't want to. I'm not drawing lines in the sand here. You can do whatever you want. It's your body, your choice. But CDC did announce that they've approved.
Robin.
They've approved 2 or 3 more vaccines. A huge order came through for the vaccines.
Johnson one.
Yeah,
That's a one.
Pfizer.
One shot.
Yeah, the one shot. But I think the one shot one only is like a 73%.
I don't know.
Yeah, the
I
one
heard
shot.
85.
Is it 85?
Yeah, I heard 85. That's the one I'm gonna get.
Yeah, I think the Pfizer one, the 2-shot one, is like up in the 90s. But that one's
I
the-
don't like
think
the
I
side
saw that.
effects. I'll be dead for several weeks with Pfizer and Moderna. You won't see
Oh,
me.
okay.
I need Johnson and Johnson,
but-
unfortunately.
But the good thing with this, if you get your vaccine, you receive a card when you get your vaccine, and
Mhm.
pretty much with that card, you ditch the masks. No more masks.
Did they say that? I heard
yeah.
that you have to still wear your
I know
mask.
they're still
C-
back and forth. about
CDC,
that
I
right
guess
now.
the CDC announced that the masks can go away once you're vaccinated, and they are open to allowing sporting events, concerts, public bars, and all that stuff to open. But if when you walk into the gate of a concert, if you don't provide a card, you're probably not getting in.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, that's kind of where they're leaning to now, which has a double-edged connotation because then people who don't want to take the vaccine are like, so we're not welcome in, and they're like, no.
That's gonna hurt business big time.
Mhm.
It can also help business. You know what I mean?
There are people who aren't gonna take it.
I know some
Absolutely.
people
Like I said,
absolutely
it's
won't.
definitely a line in the sand, but it's
WrestleMania's
I
gonna have
mean, it
people
would
this
be more
year?
business
Yeah.
than they're getting now.
the Super Bowl was, I believe,
Sure.
people who had to have cards and stuff. I could be wrong though.
I don't know if they had cards. I don't know
No.
if that was that.
A lot of
that-
them were medical
for
workers and
distributed,
stuff. Yeah,
yeah.
and I think you had to do this whole thing where you had to be quarantined, but like they probably
Yeah. Well,
they
they
probably
can't
didn't
do that for
it was in
everybody,
it's
though.
Florida. They're not uplifting any of that. They're
No.
just they don't give a fuck. They're just letting it happen. But
I forget how many people they said are going to be WrestleMania over the 2 days.
yeah,
I think it's like 14,000.
Yikes.
Super Bowl had a lot. But anyway, we're getting the only way I'm saying that is it's not for you to take a vaccine or not take a vaccine or to get anyone fighting over vaccines. It's just that we're getting closer to possibly normality.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And hopefully it happens by summer. I know right now Pennsylvania is in the A1 or 1A category where it's medical people, first responders, elderly, high risk people. They're the ones getting the vaccine now. And then I believe
Well, I think it
one
depends
B,
where you live too.
yeah, one B comes down to where it would be like
Grocery store workers.
grocery
part of that?
store
Yeah.
and warehouse workers,
Yeah.
like people who are
Oh, so that's me.
essential workers.
Me
Yeah.
too. I'm next.
Yeah.
So
And then-
we would
and
be
then-
in the
I'm
next.
already signed up.
And then they say that they want it out by May 1st. Like if-
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Well, we'll
did.
see.
Fucking, I'll take 3 of them.
Yeah. Give me all the shots you want. I ain't afraid of no
Stick
shit.
them right in my eyes. We got so when at work they've been putting up stuff for vaccines. Like,
Mhm.
don't believe the hype. Like, vaccines have helped. Like,
Yeah.
there's reasons why vaccines are a
Yeah.
thing. Like, because I think because right now we're so politically divided.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny because
Remember the people that are like, oh, they're going to give autism. They just totally disappeared.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah.
yeah, or
Don't
the
get me
people who are,
started.
the same people who don't want to take the vaccines are the same people who want Trump to get credit for the vaccine. They're
Yeah,
like, he
yeah.
should get credit. Are you going to take it? Fuck no. Like, it's like, what? Okay, anyway. But anyway, so this guy was pretty much telling me,
Anyway.
you're taking the vaccine? And he's like, yeah. Then he pretty much essentially was calling me a sheep, and then I was wrong, and then I was going to die if I take it.
Oh.
And I said,
mean-
and he goes, what do you mean? He goes, the government's going to kill you if you take that. I said, so what's your plan here? What's your goal?
What
what's
do you
your
think? How?
So his theory was that the government's using the vaccine to kill the middle class.
Okay.
And I said, good call. Who's going to make money for the rich if you kill all of us who actually work?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I was like, you didn't think this through, did you, QAnon?
Yeah.
Like, anyway.
I like China's going to take over. Okay, let's say they do take over.
Yeah.
What's going to happen then?
Yeah.
Well, we speaking Chinese. Okay, well, okay.
So?
And then what?
And we'll kill all women.
Well, I don't know.
I didn't think that way through.
Yeah.
The YouTube video didn't tell me that much. Yeah, so I
Chinese food's good.
yeah. I'm all right with the Asians. Hey. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm taking it. I'm excited. I just want to go back to normal. I
Yes.
want to be around people. I don't want to have to worry about
I
it.
don't want to be around people, but
I do.
Yeah, that's
I want to start kissing people again.
I like,
ew.
Lick
a
them
lot of times I don't want to be around anybody
Yeah.
No,
ever.
this is
Yeah.
the best because I don't have to leave my house.
But yeah, so we're getting closer to normality when it comes to this stuff, and hopefully concerts and stuff will come back, and we
Mhm.
can even the podcast we can go on location and not be worried or uncomfortable with it. You know,
Or have the people be worried.
we just did a whole podcast with masks on.
Mm.
It wasn't terrible.
that bad.
It wasn't bad at all. No, it sounded fine.
No. Wasn't bad at all.
No, I mean even when you're
They meant
listening,
no.
when you're listening,
How are they? Because I mean, obviously
they were fine.
Yeah, they were
Yeah.
fine. It
Just-
was really difficult to get photos though,
Yeah.
because it was like unless they moved their hands or something, it was like
Oh yeah, it's
it's
just
just
yeah.
Except me.
Every
it was just
now
like,
and then, every now and then, I had to tell people to get a little closer to the
Oh,
mics.
okay, yeah.
But I mean, it wasn't. No one sounded muffled.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it was a fun experience.
a bunch of pictures of me making weird eyes.
that's all you get.
Yeah.
That's it.
Me and
Weird
Heidi-
eyes or
what a-
hands in the air.
What our little what our
Can't
little beady
control my
eyes.
face.
So I read the Berserker comic that Keanu Reeves co-written, and he's the main star of.
Oh yeah.
But they never mentioned the character's name in the book. He's immortal, right? And he can't die. So he kind of has like Wolverine, where he heals but real slowly.
Mhm.
And he's like a mercenary, but he's been alive for like 3,000 years. So like the government's using him to go in to kill this guy, and like he gets shot in the nose, and his nose gets busted off, and he's like strangling a guy, and his fire, and his hands all burnt. He's all fucked up at the end, and they're trying to take pieces of him to clone him to make super soldiers. And they said he'll do that for them if they let him die. Like if they can figure out ways where he can die. And I'm like, why would you want to die?
Mhm.
Oh, that's
Heal and come
sad.
back.
I feel
I'd
like
see
if you've
that.
been alive that
So it
long,
wasn't
you get
bad.
sick
It's
of
called
it.
Berserker, but it's like BRZERK, whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's
and
almost like a cross between John Wick and
Yeah,
Wolverine.
it's kind of
I'm
like
good with
it.
that.
it's kind of like if
John Wick.
Keanu Reeves could sit down and be like, if I could, what would my powers be?
I like
So
John
it's
Wick.
like Keanu Reeves.
I
comic
do
book.
too.
I'm pretty sure he's come out and said, "I want to be Wolverine."
Yeah,
So it kind of makes sense that he has
yeah.
John Wick and Wolverine
Yeah,
together.
so he's like a badass. Then he's just like
I
he
like
punches like
Keanu.
right through a guy's face,
I
and
do
his head
too.
explodes
That's
and stuff.
Speed.
Nice.
So the art is pretty good.
Yes.
Lots of good movies.
And there was a thing that Boom Comics does it, right? And if you ordered, this is insane, but if you ordered 1,000 comics, you would get one variant, the 1,000 signed by Keanu Reeves, and it was the special art for the
How much are
variant.
these comics?
So, well, the store gets it cheaper, but like no normal store, like maybe if you're Midtown.
Oh wait,
Comics,
do you mean if the store buys?
If the store buys 1,000
I thought you meant a
issues.
person.
No, 1,000
Wait,
issues
that's
of this
a lot.
Berserker book, which is
Oh,
a
I get it.
lot.
Okay.
Wait,
Because
how
like Midtown Comics, a huge store in New York, like let's
Sure.
say Spider-Man, they might go through maybe 500.
Yeah.
You know, a normal store around here,
Not
20.
near.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah.
a book that's just coming out with Keanu Reeves, you're probably gonna get 10. So like, but there's like there's always like if you buy 25, you get the 25 variant, right? So 1 in 25, you get the, and then if you get 100, you get the 1 in 100. So if you get 200, you get
Did I miss this price for 1,000?
yeah, well no,
Oh, okay,
for the
well,
1,000. So you had to buy 1,000 books. Now you didn't have to
Yeah.
pay what the cover price is, but you still got to pay like half of it. So
Okay,
if the
so
book's
what-
$4, you got to spend 2,000
2,000. Okay.
on top of everything else, right?
Just curious.
But the best thing was you get the 1,000 that's signed by Keanu Reeves, the special cover that you could then sell, and they were going on
Make
eBay
more.
for up to 4,000 to 5,000.
I don't.
So you get your money back. What's the problem?
Well, you
I wouldn't sell it.
You
I'd
would-
be keeping
Yeah,
that.
you would get your money if you can sell that 1,000, and then you're
Well-
stuck with all the other ones. But they made it returnable, so you could order 1,000 if you had the money to put forward. Get that 1,000 variant. Get the 1 in 100. Well, you actually get 10 1 in 100s, and you get 6 to 5 1 in 200s, and then you sell them for the price, and then you send the rest back. If you can put the money out first, but you gotta think, yeah, 2,000. That's not a lot for a comic book store. Yes, it is when you gotta order every other book that came out.
Yeah.
that month.
Yeah.
Mhm,
your
that's a
customers.
lot.
So like
Crazy.
for a book that you may put, you know, you might order 10, and to order 1,000,
That's insane.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah, the book ain't bad. I'm gonna follow it. I'm gonna get the next issue. I was gonna bring to show you the art, next time. But it is pretty good. But I don't know 1,000. The book store didn't get it yet because the one I go to, they're getting graded. So I will see it and take a picture of it, holding it. 1,000 signed by Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But that's insane little comic story.
Walmart may have spoiled the future DLC for Smash Brothers.
I
Oh,
saw
how
that.
so?
Yeah. Master Chief from Halo.
Oh, now how did they spoil it?
So Xbox tweeted about Master Chief and Halo Infinite, and he has some cool other surprises up his
Okay.
sleeve this year. And Walmart tweeted, "Yeah, we can't wait for the release." And it's like them holding an envelope, but on the seal of the envelope, you know how you do the wax seal?
Mhm.
It's the Smash Brothers logo.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw that. Yeah.
I can see
What a
that.
mistake to make.
Well, it was always like a hint that Xbox wants to
Yeah.
work with, and they want to put him in Smash Brothers.
Because
and
they put a lot of like, people in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
aren't
they do.
Nintendo people.
Going
I
back
see
to the
that.
thing, I think Xbox is really trying to put forward to be like, hey, you know, we're down if you want your system to put Game Pass on there. Like let people let them download an app to do it.
Yeah.
Their next
Good
thing that
luck.
they're working on is web browsing, where
Uh-huh.
you can just go on your computer, type in Game Pass, and like because their next big venture is that it's kind of like the Google Stadia, the game Play Anywhere
Yeah,
thing.
that's failing.
For Stadia, it is,
Yeah,
but
stays.
Xbox has. I mean, if you pay for an Xbox and
Well,
it's
yeah,
part
yeah,
of your
'cause-
Ultimate
yeah.
subscription, you're not paying extra for this Play
Yeah.
Anywhere. So you could play on your web browser or on your phone or on anything. But they're also trying to make it so it can be played on the Switch, and that's the rumor.
I don't wonder if Switch can handle it. Well, I guess it could if
It streams.
if you can do a browser.
Yeah, it just
Mhm.
streams.
Yeah.
It would just stream like if you did Netflix.
But though the controller, well, that's about the same.
Yeah, you just
There's
pro
enough buttons,
controller.
yeah.
You use a pro
Yeah,
controller
enough
of that.
buttons.
So that's the rumor, and then I guess they're trying to sell it to PlayStation as well, but we don't know how that's going.
Yeah.
But it is interesting that PlayStation Studios is allowing the
if you-
show to come to Xbox.
If you
The
get
baseball exclusive.
a browser, right? Let's
Mhm.
say there's a third-party browser, and you could access Game Pass, but you access the browser on PlayStation. You could maybe there's a workaround.
So
even if PlayStation don't want you to do it,
Xbox is updating their browser on their system, and they said that the updates of the browser, people were looking at like the requirements and what the updates can allow you to do,
Yeah.
and people like you can run Google Stadia on your Xbox browser. Yeah,
and then use the Xbox controller. But
yeah.
Stadia ain't gonna make it through the year.
I don't think so either.
They
cancel all their exclusive studios.
Yeah, they just canceled and closed the studios.
Yeah,
for their exclusive
and I think
games.
I think
and that one game, the
Konami one,
the Rayman game that they had, is
Yeah.
now available on Steam or something.
Yeah, and they had a game that was getting made by Konami that was exclusive there, and the rumor is Xbox probably picked it up and they're gonna release it now.
I think Stadia's done. It's just
Yeah.
Who would want it? Yep, that's it.
That's it. Okay. So I'm gonna add that to my cart.
If you want a copy, I can get you a copy because my store has 1,000.
Remember to get us the Fortnite one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's not out yet. So we can get if you want. There's like 4 or 5 different main covers, right? And then there's if you want to pay more money, you get one without the logo on it. Or if you want to pay, Ben bought one that was like $40. You want to pay?
What do they look like?
There's actually, I'll show you. There's a bunch of really cool ones. Mine was pretty cool. Mine's by Mark Brooks. It's just the $4 one. I think the normal issue is $4.
Okay.
So
This one's
honestly, when you're not
15.
getting 1,000.
we also have some news in your department.
Which one?
With some Animal Crossing.
Oh, the Animal Crossing thing I shared?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming to Build-A-Bear.
That's right. Animal Crossing will be coming to Build-A-Bear.
Are you buying one?
Absolutely, I am.
They had
Maybe
a-
multiple,
they had a-
depending on who they get.
They had a Winnie the Pooh and the Stitch, and we passed on it.
Oh, you didn't get
Is
them?
it done? Like,
It's probably done. Yeah, they're like exclusive things.
Yeah, I mean, I think if they make a lot of money, they keep them. Like they keep Pokemon. Pokemon's been around a while, so if
Well,
you
you
want
can check Build-A-Bear. They might have Winnie the Pooh and Stitch.
so your Pokemon comes around, they release like a different Pokemon with different seasons.
She didn't know you could order from their website and it'll ship to you. She thinks you have to go there and physically make them.
I did. I thought you had to go.
Oh,
Well, and I
no,
thought that was like
because-
the whole
Yeah,
point.
you
of
can
it.
go to Build-A-Bear and buy one already done.
You
The building
can.
part is more or less for the kids. Like,
Well, I kind of want to build
Want
one.
to build one?
I
Yeah,
want to build one
like
from
that's the whole
scratch.
point
You
of
know,
going.
We'll go, Heidi. We'll go and build our own bears.
go build your own bears and bring me home a Stitch.
No, you have to come.
And
Or you get nothing.
yeah, because I've always wanted to build one. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna, that's like on my bucket list. I know it's like really silly. I actually had this idea and
silly.
it may like sound ridiculous, but when I heard Grogu was going to come out / Baby Yoda,
Oh no, they don't throw out of stock.
through Build-A-Bear, I was actually going to like go and like record it and like see if we could post it up here.
Absolutely.
Yes, do
But
it.
well, then COVID hit, and then
Oh,
we couldn't do it, and I couldn't wait. I was not waiting, so I sat in for 1.5 hours lines online to get Grogu, and I finally did. So
Oh, you got one?
yeah,
What has the quality? Are they nice?
very good. I'll bring it next time. I have a
You still
Pikachu.
have it?
They still have Stitch.
Give me a Stitch.
That one has sound.
Get that one. Order.
I have a Grogu and I have a Pikachu.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be adding the Animal Crossing, so
Perfect.
I can't wait. I can't wait
I,
to see what they get.
I have some new tech coming to not so much to the podcast, but to me. I was able to upgrade my phone. So I'm going from the Samsung Galaxy. What do I have? The 10? What do we have? The 10s or the 9s?
You're ahead of me.
So I have a 10. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Andy, I think we have the same phone. What?
I don't know. I know you're ahead of me though.
I have an iPhone.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
a 10.
Yeah.
I have
too.
the Galaxy.
iPhone.
I have the
Right
10.
there.
I have the Galaxy 10 Plus. That's what I have.
I think I'm on 9.
Yeah. So I just upgraded to the Galaxy 20 to 21 Plus. So that's going to be.
I feel like it goes.
How'd they go from 10 to
Yeah.
21?
I think what they're doing is they're doing it now by year. So they jumped it 10, so they can say 2020, 2021, because it was a 20 and now the 21.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
I hope to get the new iPhone later this year, possibly.
The new phone has like 5 cameras on it.
Does it?
Yeah, the new one I'm getting, and then it
Very
has
cool.
like a 10 times optical zoom on it. Like people are taking pictures of the moon and shit with it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's unnecessary, but it looks neat. But I'm gonna just do it real quick. I'm gonna kill her. You're good. You're good. Your mics are turned off. You're good. Yeah. So that. Do you have any other news that you kind of checked out?
Yeah, so for all the Star Wars fans, not only will Obi-Wan be in his own show, he will also be showing up in the Star Wars show Andor, which is the show about a character from Rogue One, and is also rumored that Ahsoka will also be showing up in that show.
Nice.
Yep.
I think also with income tax. I think I'm gonna try to get a PS5. Join you with the PS5 movement.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know what games I'm gonna play for it, but I'll have one.
Yeah, they don't have a whole lot out yet. I've been like holding off, so I didn't try it yet.
I don't want to pay $60 for Spider-Man yet.
I don't either, especially since I have like terrible luck with the Spidey games. I'm really bad. I find the Spidey games
hard.
have really hard controls. You know, so I'm gonna wait for something like that's not so difficult.
I waited a year or two for and then Andy got me like every PlayStation exclusive for the last 3 years, Game of the Year editions with all the DLC. I think I gave him $60 and he came home with like 5 games.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he killed it. It was one Black Friday deal. He's like, he got me like 6 PlayStation exclusives for like less than $60.
Nice.
Yeah. Have you seen any pop culture news you're excited about over there?
The last season, which is season 5 of Queen of the South, is starting soon.
You gotta talk up.
Super excited
go.
for. Just start yelling. If you haven't seen it, Queen of the South is really good.
I've watched a few random episodes.
So you watch SVU, right?
Yes, like random episodes. Yes.
So Stabler is coming back, but he's getting his own show.
Oh, is he?
Yes.
That's exciting.
I'm
Well,
excited. I think it starts April 1st.
oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Is it still SVU or?
No, it's like what's it called? Crime. Like organized crime, I think it's called.
Oh, that will be
Something like
very
that.
good.
Yeah.
We
Been out for like 10 years, I think.
we just added a new
Alright.
streaming service to our regiment.
Which one?
We didn't really add one. We're
Oh, Peacock.
Peacock.
Oh,
We got
yeah, we
Peacock
got it
only
too.
because the WWE network is leaving. So everything's going over there.
That's why we got it too.
I already started working on a TV show on Peacock.
Is it The Office for the 1000th time
No.
like me?
I forced myself not to do The Office.
What did you watch?
Oh,
I started Modern Family.
Oh, you were
yeah,
watching
we'll
it
be-
today, yeah. I need to.
Even though
watch
it's
that.
all on Nickel. I know as soon as I said Modern Family, he peeked up over there.
Yo.
Let me turn his mic back on.
What are you doing? Not on my voodoo.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
It was on. I got the Peacock. So I because the WWE is moving over there, so I picked a
Mhm.
Peacock, and I was like, oh, well, TV shows I have. I see Modern Family. I was like, I'm starting this. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
I
Mark
never
loves-
watched it, so I can't.
It's a
good
funny.
show.
It's a
I
funny
mean,
show.
It is
I
funny.
watched episodes.
Bundy's
I
on,
think
right?
funny.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Mark loves that
like
show.
3rd episode in, Manny, his stepson. There's an episode where his dad's a deadbeat. He's just a piece of shit, and he keeps standing this kid up, and he won't hang out with his
this
kid.
episode.
And Manny's sitting on the curb, like, oh, my dad's gonna take me to Disney World, and he never takes him. And
Aw.
Al Bundy's character, Ed O'Neill's character, rents the kid a limo and says, oh, it's from his dad, and you know he couldn't make it, but the limo's gonna take you and your mom to go to Disney. And the whole time he's just trying to like, my dad can do that and you can't. My dad can do that and you can't.
My dad's the best.
And the whole time he was like, I just want to tell this kid his dad's a piece of shit, but it's not my place.
Mhm.
And like he kind of says a comment, not to the kid, but to the camera, like the confessional cam. And he goes, my dad's a hero. And he said, my dad's like Superman. And he says the only thing that kid's dad and Superman have in common is they both came here illegally.
so bad.
They're from Cuba. No, Venezuela or
I forget where.
Hey,
Honduras.
if you don't have your papers from any country, you're
Yeah, that's not
That's
not
right.
exclusive to
Yeah.
anything. But
No,
yeah, but yeah, it's a really, really funny
It is
show.
funny.
it is a good show.
So I did not know that the one guy in the show is really gay.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
he
you wouldn't
is.
guess the right one.
Yeah.
And
No.
then the guy who plays the boyfriend, his partner, is
Yeah.
actually not gay. The
Yeah,
one who's like the
Cam
over the
is
top.
straight.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
It's a good show, man.
It is a really good show.
The kids are funny, like,
Mhm.
and it's not like the 90s like TV shows where the kids overdo it to be funny.
Yeah.
Like, I think they fit in. Like, it's just a good show.
I do love the first episode though, where he gets the BB gun and he's like, "No, listen, if you hurt anybody with it, you're getting shot." And they send him out to the backyard, and Phil's like, "I don't want to do it to you, buddy." He's like, "How many pants you got on? 3? No, one shirt."
I think Phil's my favorite
He's
character.
mine too.
He wants to be the cool hip dad, but he's so stupid.
Oh,
He's an idiot.
dorky.
What did he say? LOL, laughing out loud, or WTF, what the fudge, or something like that. Like he's just an idiot, but he's trying to be the cool hip dad, but he can't. He just can't. He can't do anything right. But it's on Peacock. A lot of cool stuff on there.
Why'd you say it like that?
Peacock.
One of my
Subliminal
favorite
messaging.
episodes with him is I don't know what season it is, but his family has like a themed wedding, and they're the only ones.
and they're
who
the
show-
gangsters.
Yes, that's one of my favorite.
I think the
episodes
one I
with
just
him.
finished is where Manny and the kid fight in school, and they come home and then they become friends, and he's like, it's really funny that he calls your mom a coal digger. And then she's like, I'll forgive you if, and then she's like throwing all the panties at Phil's lap, and he's like, I don't know why I'm holding these. And she's like, what do you want? Do you want my necklace? Do you want my shirt? And he's like, and they're like, no. And then it's his shirt, and he goes, I didn't answer because like he's clearly like he's like obviously Sofia Vergara. Every time the camera pans back, she somehow gets prettier because it's Sofia
she's a
Vergara.
natural blonde.
Yes.
I did not know that.
How about that?
She has a crazy backstory. She was on Howard Stern. Her brother was kidnapped, held for ransom by like Colombian mobs,
Oh my god.
and
He's
then
Colombian. By the way.
and murdered. Her brother was murdered
Aw.
because the family couldn't pay the ransom.
Oh,
Like,
how
that's-
sad.
And then she was like, she got found on like the Telemundo version of stuff, and then just exploded from there.
I think her first thing was like a Pepsi commercial or something.
Yeah, and they actually they told her when she came to America
Dye her
because she didn't look Cuban because she was a blonde. They made her dye her hair
Colombian or
Colombian.
whichever.
Yeah, they made her dye her hair darker.
That's awful.
And she's naturally a blonde.
She shouldn't have to change herself, you
Yeah.
know.
I think it just
but
became her
if
look
she
now.
didn't.
She's the highest paid actress, I think, at one point in
Really?
time. Because I think
Yeah.
Modern Family's cast was the highest paid television cast at one
Really?
point in time.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were killing it. It's another one of those shows I think that ended while it was on
Was
top.
that on HBO?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it over now?
It
Yeah.
is over.
NBC?
Oh, was it?
No,
I thought it was
what
on
is
like
Peacock?
NBC.
NBC.
Because
NBC
The
show.
Office,
Yeah.
Parks and
Oh, I
Rec.
thought it was on like a premium channel.
No,
Mm-mm.
nope.
Mhm.
But the I mean, obviously, I'm probably preaching to the choir. But Modern Family takes place about this one family. It's a brother and sister. The sister and her husband and their 3 kids, and then the brother and his partner, and then the father, and he's married to a much younger, very attractive Sofia Vergara, and they have a kid. And it's a fun. It's a family show. It has all the rom-com type things to it. But
Well, not a family show, a show about a family.
But it is a family show. You
Yeah.
can watch
It's
it with
not
any.
inappropriate.
It's not like
yeah,
that or
it's
anything.
nothing. It's nothing inappropriate.
I mean, they
It's-
make their jokes and comments, but like, kids
But
not
it's
gonna
not,
understand
it's
that.
not on the same level as step by step.
Mm.
And that's like
it's
a family show.
It's around there. Yeah, it's like
it's that bad.
it's like Full House level. It's
Oh,
that
yeah,
like,
I'm not interested at all.
but it's done very well.
Yeah.
You know what's really weird? We were kind of I was listening on the one podcast. I think I was listening on maybe Pedantic or on Welcome Back. I think it was Welcome Back.
Welcome back, Cotter. The Welcome Back Cotter podcast.
That the Full House has like a really dark like premise to the show.
Well, yeah, the mom's dead.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they all live there because the mom's dead.
You
Yeah.
didn't know that?
Did you
I
not
mean,
know
that's not-
that?
Yeah, but it's not like she was horribly murdered or
No,
something.
Yeah, but
she,
it's
she
not
had
the film.
died.
Yeah, she was sick.
Yeah, and then everyone just kind of moved in so that
Well,
the guy
one
wasn't by
is
himself with
her
his.
brother.
Yeah.
Jesse is her brother, right?
Your brother-in-law.
Uncle Jesse.
Brother.
Yeah.
No, it was
Well,
the,
Jesse is the mom's brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
what I mean,
mom's
Yeah,
brother.
and then Uncle Joey is just a friend, I
the
think.
clown.
Yeah.
I thought he was part of the family too.
I thought
No.
he was too. Oh, he's
He
not.
just
I
lives
thought
there.
he's just a
Yeah.
friend. Like, he's
Yeah.
a really good friend.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Uncle Joey.
And then like obviously, because they were talking about relationships, and like Jesse obviously could probably go on his own and do his own thing, but he chooses to stay there so he could be with his nieces.
Several times has major opportunities.
Oh
to go.
yeah, he always leaves and
And-
comes back. Never.
Such
stays.
a-
And so does
I
Joey.
never-
Though he goes off
Yeah.
to do like
The
comedy
comedy
and always
tours.
comes
I
back.
never
stuff.
realized how dark that show was. Like
I don't
not
know.
It's
dark,
not
but like,
really dark.
but it is
It's like
it is
sad.
it is a
It's
unique
sad.
premise.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's kind of overlooked. You know what I mean? It's like, why are they all there? And you're like, oh, because his
Wow.
sister's dead. And you're like,
I mean,
what?
I knew that as a kid, and I
I
still
did.
watched
So did I.
it.
You
Yeah.
didn't know?
I didn't know that.
Even at one point, he tries to like date, and he's like, "No, this is too much." Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
like
very
too-
real
yeah.
moment,
I think
even
it's
though
just,
it's been years.
I just
They
think it's
had they did
hilarious.
have a lot of like real things, like real moments.
Yeah.
I thought it was a really touching show. Even as
I
a
thought it was
kid,
good.
I picked up on those. And that's
I
why
like the
watched
I
it.
like the spinoff too. The
I had
spinoff's
a
good.
I had a
haven't
crush on
watched
my
it
middle
yet.
sister.
What was
I-
the spinoff?
Stephanie.
Well,
Yeah,
Stephanie was my favorite.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought
I
it was
will
like
say-
like another one. You're right.
They drink
Four.
alcohol in it. I was not a fan. I don't think they
What?
did that in Full House,
Wait, what?
or at least weren't so in your face.
Now
about
they do.
it.
They drink
In
a lot.
Fuller
In
House,
Fuller
they're like,
House.
"Oh, we're gonna go get drunk."
Or
And
do
all
they
that stuff
open
like
like a can that's all blue? And
They
it's like,
just drink like
I'm
wine.
gonna
have
a
a
lot.
drink of
yeah.
this.
I think
liquid.
it's like the cool wine mom thing.
yeah, but I don't know. They
Yeah.
like it's
You
a
were
kid
raised
show.
better. You were raised better, girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Uncle
What would
Jesse.
Danny say?
Yeah, Jesse and Uncle Joey didn't drink in front of you, motherfuckers. You're bringing over your stupid friend who caused problems, and that little bastard running around causing issues, and now she's a drug addict. Michelle,
Which one?
Mhm.
yeah, both. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good show though. I'd never, but the whole premise of it kind of flew over my head. That could be a whole episode. Our favorite TV shows growing up. I never watched
I'm
the
not good at
one.
favorites. I don't have.
I never watched the one with I guess Boy Meets World with Topanga.
Oh, I did.
I never
You
watched that
never
either.
watched. Oh,
I never watched.
Topanga.
I wasn't
Am I
into
the
it.
only
You
one?
mean ever?
Ever.
Never?
It was so good.
That spinoff is good too. Did you watch the spinoff?
I mean, I've seen
I
episodes.
did not see the
Girl
I
Meets
made her.
World.
I remember seeing her like in the '90s magazines.
Yeah,
like, I was like,
hot shit.
"She's
Topanga.
hot." Like,
Topanga got overlooked because she was smart.
Oh, I thought she was
Yes,
beautiful.
but
Oh, I thought she
I
was,
will
but
say,
most people
in the
are just
beginning, though,
like,
she
"Meh."
wasn't.
Even though
She
she's
was-
overlooked,
She was ditzy in the first couple seasons.
no, she
No,
was always
she's always
No,
the
they
smart
changed-
no, she was
I
a
remember her
hippie
being
child.
Smart.
Yeah, she's a
Hippie
hippie, but
child.
she's
I thought they
smart.
changed her character later on.
Nope,
No.
she was a
No, I
hippie
don't
child.
remember that.
Hippie. But she's smart. She's the
Yeah.
smart one.
Vader's
Yeah.
in that show.
Yeah, a couple
Wait,
episodes.
What were you gonna say?
Vader,
No,
the
that's
wrestler.
the like
Oh,
out
I
of
thought you
all
meant Darth
TV
Vader.
show loves. That's the meme I see the most of. I want a Corey and Topanga love.
Mm-hmm.
I-
No,
You've never seen the show. You can't comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can't comment.
How-
I
yeah,
was
I
always-
watched the one
I was always
that
a Winnie Cooper
that was
kid.
that's a
at-
good
when they
show
were
too.
in college. Then
Yeah, they go to college.
and they have
Yeah.
an apartment
Yeah,
because it would come on after Sabrina, I think.
Mhm.
Yep.
I was just watching. What was I watching?
And
the
Mr.
other
Feeney
day?
travels with them. He
Yeah.
becomes like a college professor and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, I just watched that Ginny and Georgia show. It's like first season on Netflix.
Never
But they
saw
made like a reference, and it went over my head for a second because I was like, who's Sean Hunter? And I was like, Sean Hunter. Like it
Oh,
took me a second.
The guy who played Mr. Feeney, his actual real life granddaughter, has a TikTok, and she makes TikToks with her grandfather, and he
Oh,
just
that's
does like
cool.
words of wisdoms and stuff.
Yeah. He's a really
Mr.
sweet guy.
Feeney was the best.
He does book signings every now. I
I
mean,
thought he
maybe
was
not
dead.
now.
Yeah, I don't know he was live either.
I thought he was dead.
No. He's still alive.
Oh, I thought he passed away.
I met him like
Mr. Miyagi
years
died.
Yeah, he's dead.
In
I'm
the
glad- I'm
90s,
glad-
probably.
He waxed off.
I know he passed away, but I thought Mr. Feeney. I'm glad Mr. Feeney's still alive then.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm a fan when they do when they're bringing them back like Fuller House and Girl Meets World. I
Yeah.
think it's fun.
Yeah.
I was a Saved by the Bell kid. I love
watched it.
Saved
I
by-
watched it
Show.
every
Never
morning.
watched it ever.
I love Saved by the Bell. Married with
Love me
Children.
some Slater.
Married with Children.
I like
Slater,
Married with Children.
yeah. I
Um,
like the new version of Saved by the Bell better than the
I didn't
original,
watch
though.
it.
I didn't know there was a new one.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it was only
me
on
either.
like it was on
Was
I
it
forget.
saved even
some
more by
weird.
the bell?
It was on like a different platform.
Saved her
It
by the
wasn't-
bell.
You ever watch
Yeah.
Zach
like it
Morris's
wasn't on
Trash?
Netflix or anything.
No.
He is kind of.
Is that there's a whole thing on YouTube, and it goes back and rewatches old Saved by the Bells episodes.
Oh, I bet they're horrible.
And it's called Zach
Bad.
Morris's Trash, and it just breaks down the entire episode of how much of a piece of shit Zach Morris
He
is.
kind of wasn't the best.
He was kind of douchey.
Oh,
Yeah.
when you watch this, you
Super.
will hate him.
Yeah,
I don't think I want to watch it. It's
It's
gonna
re-
ruin. It's
It's,
gonna ruin.
it's
it
really
for
funny
me.
Yeah,
though. It's
yeah.
done by Funny or Die.
he is pretty
Yeah.
bad.
Well, Funny or Die is good, but I don't want it
Like,
ruining
Zach
my
Morris
image.
is trash. Check them out; they're really funny.
I mean, I
Show's
loved-
trash.
I loved it, but
I
would
like.
say.
I mean, if you try watching it now, like I loved Power Rangers. I try to go back and watch season
Was it
one.
awful.
Oh,
Oh, it is very cheesy. It is.
unwatchable.
No, I
A
can
lot
still
of
watch
stuff
it.
from the
I can
back
still
when I
watch
was a
it.
kid is terrible.
Yeah,
And it's
It
funny
was
when
cool
you
when you're a
watch it.
kid, but
Yeah.
now it's
all
like,
that. Loved all that.
I hated that because of rap.
Listen, I still like that's one thing I will admit I follow on TikTok is Nickelodeon, and they showed like old Amanda Show clips and
Oh my
all that
God,
stuff.
yes.
I love it.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's too much.
I hated all that. I thought it was
Good
cheesy
Burgers
then.
on Netflix.
I
Oh,
Or
couldn't-
was
Good
anyway.
Burger.
I couldn't sit through that.
The
Um,
burger was good.
I used to love
then.
Clarissa Explains It All too.
Yeah.
I used to love that
Yes.
now. I probably would hate it now.
Yeah.
I mean, I love
I have
you
the
tried
first
watching
season
it?
on DVD.
wow. I didn't know.
Yeah,
Wow.
somebody traded it in an FYE, so I bought it.
Clarissa
There you go.
Ferguson. And what was her friend's name that would put the ladder up and climb into the window?
I don't remember.
I don't know
Oh, yeah,
because
Which,
I'm
which,
thinking
which you think of that now? Your daughter and some
Super
boy puts a
creepy.
ladder up and climbs into a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you wearing a mask?
Yeah.
I just thought
Fucking up there?
You had to step over her pet alligator.
Yeah.
I think of Dawson's Creek actually. That's where my
I never
mind
watched
goes.
Dawson. I never got into Dawson.
I would rather
Oh, so good.
Yeah, I never
watch
got
a
into it.
pavement for 2 hours straight.
Than Dawson's Creek.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
I
so
just never got
good.
into it. I don't
What's
know
wrong
why.
with everybody? Oh,
I fell off the whole sitcom
So
TV
good.
shows for a while there. I just stopped watching them. I think I another thing that's on Peacock that I'm really excited is you can go back from season 1 all the way through and watch Saturday Night Live, all the Saturday Night Lives. Some of the early stuff is so good.
Well, you could just skip from like 85 to 92.
See, I liked all that. Like, 'cause
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I
Name,
did.
name one person from the 88 season.
From the what season?
88.
I mean, I don't know who was on each
would that
season,
be Bill Murray?
but I mean,
No, he was long gone.
Oh, okay.
the
I'm
80s.
telling you.
Hartman was there, right?
88.
No, not yet.
Who was it? I can't think.
Let me look at the 88.
Bring up
and tell
the 88 cast.
I was.
So one of
didn't
them,
watch a lot
what's her
of
name is
Saturday
there?
I've never seen it.
Julie
I've
Louise
seen
Dreyfus.
episodes, but I never like watched
The late
it
80s
seriously.
Saturday Night Live was horrible.
I always
I
preferred,
strongly disagree.
You know what?
Here's
I always
the 88
preferred Mad
cast.
TV.
Dana Carvey,
Oh.
Dennis Miller, Phil Hartman,
Oh,
John
they were there in
Lovitz,
88?
Kevin Nealon.
Okay, then go to like 86.
All right, I was gonna say, hey, that's a good cast.
Yeah.
I didn't know Danny Carvey was there already.
Yeah.
Did
Maybe
anyone,
maybe it's like the mid 80s then. I mean, it's like I watched the one. I was like, who are
That's
these?
all I know him from.
did anyone ever watch?
86
I'm
is
glad you got
about the
it.
same
Yeah.
time. Because even
Um,
in the 90s when I watched, I liked it.
anyone ever watch Mad TV? I always
I
thought
like Mad
Not
TV.
really.
I actually thought Mad TV was better than SNL. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think SNL's funny. I don't.
So I
I don't think SNL's funny now. And like 4 years ago when
I think
Last time I seen it?
think there is some skits that fall short, but I still think there is some really good stuff that happens on today's SNLs.
I
in
haven't
the early
watched it in a
2000s, it
while.
was very good.
Yeah, like I think a lot of it, like I think the big skits that are really funny depends on the guest too. Like if
Yes,
it's a
the
good
guest.
if it's a good guest,
Yeah,
they have good stuff. I thought Bill Burr's recent episode on there was really good when he was on. Dave Chappelle when he was just recently on was
I
excellent.
love Dave Chappelle.
There's a lot of funny stuff.
I haven't seen anything recently though.
I will say this: I cherry pick on what episodes I watch based on who the guest is.
Mhm.
But I still very much enjoy SNL. I've always loved SNL. If you watch very early SNL, there's some times where you're like, who the fuck are half these people? But
There's some years where it's just not good.
yeah, I mean, like I said, I always had a soft spot for it. I loved it. It was like one of those things that everyone always talked about.
I only ever really liked Weekend Update. That's it.
Yeah,
week-
and usually after Weekend Update, the rest of the show usually
The Weekend Update
Yeah,
now
that's
is
all I like.
hilarious.
Is it?
Yes.
I couldn't even tell you who's on it.
The two guys who were on Wrestling with Braun Strowman,
But that guy
Colin
always
Yost.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
still doing it.
Yeah.
That was like what 2-3 years ago.
So
So-
one guy's like, he's just always laughing. And
You know why? So you know what they do right now on Weekend Update? It's a white guy and a black guy,
Mhm.
and the black guy writes all the jokes for the white guy.
Oh, that's
And
got
the
to
white guy writes all, and they
That's
write
great when they
stuff
do
that
that.
would literally get the other one canceled. So they purposely write jokes to get the other person, and they had to try to keep it straight. So like the whole audience now is, for a while there, no one knew that they were writing each other's jokes, and then he would go up as the white guy and say like the most racist shit, and he would just look at his way like, and he would just be like just laughing, and then they're like they had to let people in on the joke because people were like, why the fuck are you saying this? And we're like,
Yeah.
no, we actually write each other's jokes, and they don't know until they're on the prompter.
That's great though. I like that.
funny.
Yeah,
That's how it
I
should
don't
be.
know. I never like. Oh, I'd watch it here and there, but I never really got into it.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I was never really crazy about SNL. I always preferred Mad TV, but that's
Man,
that.
there's some really good
I didn't
episodes.
really
My
watch that
TV was
either.
really good too.
Yeah, I didn't watch that a
Will
lot either.
Sasso,
Yeah, my TV was on fire there for a couple years.
Yeah.
It was, and then I stopped that too.
And then it got canceled.
Bobby
Yeah.
Lee. Bobby Lee.
Oh
was
yeah,
funny on
Bob,
there.
yeah.
Joe Rogan was on Mad TV.
Was
He
it?
was.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He was on the early seasons.
I
Early.
had the first season on
Her-
DVD.
Artie Lang. Was
Mine
on.
Artie Lang was
yeah.
on the first couple, yeah.
I got a question.
Hmm.
How did we get here?
It's the
I
beauty.
don't know. We
It's the beauty
started
of not
talking
calling high
about
school.
Full House.
Yeah, it's the beauty of
We
not
started
calling.
okay.
talking about
We started
Full
talking
House,
about
I think.
Peacock. And then
Oh,
we-
Peacock.
yeah.
And Modern
Family, I
Family,
was
which
like,
went to Full House. And
How did this? We were talking about news,
I'm gonna be honest.
and then
these are the shows I like, where we just banter.
Yeah.
I
I just
no,
read
I
this
am too. I was just like, where? What happened?
So I read this article the other day. This is totally, I don't know. Did you ever watch Seventh Heaven?
Yes, I
have.
did.
Ugh.
So apparently
Oh,
the older sister was actually younger. Like Jessica
Oh.
Biel played the older sister,
Yeah.
but
Jessica
she was
Biel's hot.
actually younger than the other one.
A religious family.
Wow.
setting
Yeah,
Where,
it's
where the
really-
mom
yeah.
died or something.
Oh,
No, no, no.
No, no,
Mom was
Mom was
still
there.
Oh,
alive.
was mom there?
Yeah.
the whole
Oh,
family.
yeah.
I think they were adopting
It's
kids because they couldn't have kids, and then they had their own kids. If I
Were
recall,
they?
was that the right one?
No, I don't think they adopted. They were all just their
not
kids.
funny.
They just had a big family. It was like
What was that one show you watched? That the one that fucking Brian named his daughters after.
Gilmore
Don't
Girls.
you dare talk about bad
Gilmore
about Gilmore
Girls.
Girls.
I never
You
saw
shut
it.
your mouth. It's
No.
not.
You want
I
to know
never saw
awful?
it.
There was a
No.
show when what was it? When Grey's Anatomy was real big. There was a show that came on after it called Brothers and Sisters, and it was so fucking awful.
I didn't watch it.
I
I watched
never
Grey's
heard of
Anatomy
it.
though.
They
It
have
was
plenty
so-
of shows like that now,
Yeah,
but it's
like
brother and stepbrother.
nothing
Every
happened
show.
in the whole episode. I go, why? Who watches this?
I never watched
Every
Brothers.
show
It only
that
made it like
Heidi-
one season or 2 seasons. It was that bad.
Every show that Heidi watches now, like on a consistent basis, where
Mhm.
she tried to catch up, they're all shows that make her cry 15 times while she's watching it.
And when I
nothing wrong
say
with
why,
that.
I was like, why do you put yourself through
Yeah.
that?
Listen.
She watches Grey's Anatomy. If she's not, she will literally ugly cry, like loud ugly cry. Like she's not.
that sounds like punishment.
It like you. She's loudly crying,
Okay.
and then she watches what? This Is Us.
This is us.
I will never watch that show
Why?
because it's depressing.
Oh, it's super
It's not
depressing.
depressing.
I won't watch it.
Then why do you
No.
cry every episode?
Because it's cute.
No, you cry because it's sad.
No, it's not. Well,
That
I
show
mean,
will
he
never
dies. That
grace
part's
my
sad, but
TV.
the rest
will-
of it
Pokemon
is
is
sad.
cute. But you
Yeah.
don't
The rest
cry.
of it is
Exactly.
like
I mean, I don't know
Pokemon's
when
adorable.
Ash was about to turn into stone when I was
the
a
rest
kid.
of it's
No,
like
that
sad,
was a
cute
sad moment.
stories. Like it's a
Nope.
cute family.
I will say this:
Nope.
This Is Us
Nope.
has the guy who was in Heroes.
And Gilmore Girls.
I was gonna
He's
say-
Jess from Gilmore.
Yeah.
You know
Zach
who
who
else
Gilmore
has
she
Girls.
should be with.
You know
She
who
should
else
be
has
with Jess.
Gilmore Girls? Supernatural.
Good old Dean. Who's
Dean
not
can
Dean?
go away.
He's-
Dean cheated on his wife.
This is
And-
He's
true.
Sam in Supernatural, and he's lovely.
Well, in
Quite
Gilmore
lovely.
Girls, he's not that great.
And also
I
in
don't
this,
care. He's great everywhere, and I love his glorious hair. And he's a
also,
Cowboys fan.
oh
He
god,
was also in
And he's
Friday
awesome.
the 13th.
yes, but also in
And Cabin in
This
the
Is
Woods.
Us is Mandy Moore. She's also very attractive.
Well,
Yes.
she's very attractive.
Yeah, she just had a baby.
Yes, she did.
Oh, well, then who cares?
Whatever happened to that show that you were watching with Jenna Fisher? Is that still going? Or
Oh,
they-
No,
I
that got
heard they canceled it
Yeah.
because I was going to watch
Oh,
it.
she was in our show.
Yeah.
It was
actually
good.
it was pretty decent.
I heard it was good.
Yeah.
It's something about breaking up together.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah,
Would you-
they
did you ever
get
watch
like,
the-
divorced, but they're not divorced. Like they kind of like live, like one lives in like the guest house and one lives in the house, and then they take turns so that they don't have to like break up the family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch their show with Sweet D, The Mick?
yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
Did they
There's-
cancel that too?
Yeah, there's 3 seasons
That
on,
was
on,
pretty
on
good.
Hulu. It's pretty good.
It
Oh,
was
man.
good.
She's just Sweet D, but she has a different name.
She's like trashy.
Yeah.
Like that
All right.
was good.
Oh man, we'll do like a 30-minute thing on it, a 45-minute thing here. So
Oh, we never got to our topic.
That's why I was like, how did we get here?
Boondock Saints.
Love it.
I didn't get a chance to watch it since back in the day, but back in the day, I thought it was very good.
Yeah, it
A
is
movie,
good.
I couldn't tell you the characters' names.
a movie that I believe was a
Connor
straight to
Murphy?
DVD.
Sure.
I think it was.
Connor. I know the one's Connor, but then he yells.
And the
at
guy
me
with the
other
white
one.
beard with the guns here.
Yeah,
His
yeah,
dad.
cool.
The
That's
dad.
the dad.
6-shooter, they call him.
Boondock Saints is a 1999 American vigilante action thriller film written and directed by Troy Duffy. The film stars Sean Patrick Flannery and Norman Reedus as fraternal
Oh,
twins
Sean Patrick Flannery.
Connor and Murphy McManus,
McManus?
or whatever,
McManus.
who become vigilantes after they're two members of the Russian mafia and after killing 2 members of the Russian mafia in self-defense. After both experience and empathy, the brothers, together with their friend Funny Man Rocco, set out to rid their home city of Boston of crime and evil, and all while being pursued by FBI Special Agent Paul Schmecker, which is William Dafoe.
He's so good in that movie.
I love him.
Yeah,
He's
he's
good
so
in
good.
everything,
Yeah.
actually. I don't think he does a bad
The only
movie.
bad thing about this movie was all the idiots that then said, "I'm going to get that tattoo." And I was like, "I'm going to get that tattoo." Well, if 5,000 people have that tattoo,
And everyone
And the
became the
cat.
mo-
I
and it-
didn't like the
Va-
cat
variety.
dying. That
Oh,
was
the
very
cat, the
upsetting.
cat
It
part
was
was
sad.
fucking hilarious.
No, it was
It
sad.
was so
I don't remember that.
Wait, what
I
was
don't
that?
like it. I don't like
when
He
the cat
slams
dies.
his gun on the table and it goes
Oh.
off and it shoots the
Oh.
cat.
Oh,
Very
and then he freaks
upsetting.
out on her. He's
Oh,
like, what the fuck was her name? And he's just
What
like
color
figuring
was
out. And he's like, oh shit, what color was it? Because she
Okay.
gets it right.
Because she's like always doing drugs and didn't
Yeah.
think she would remember or care for the cat. Yeah, but I care for the cat.
Does anyone remember the joke in the movie?
Which one?
Oh, Rocco,
That
tell
were-
us a joke, funny man.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, I just
With the
watched it.
genie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was
I
funny.
just watched it. I remember.
Oh, that joke.
And he forces them to say the N-word and he does not obviously doesn't want to. He's like, yeah, what you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they made him continue and he didn't want to continue.
Yeah.
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 I like the bartender that always mixes up the
Doc.
the saying.
Yeah.
So funny enough, I know the first time I ever saw that guy was in Elmo Saves Christmas.
Wow.
He
I
plays
did not
Santa
see
Claus.
This movie.
And then
Wow.
he was in Fozzie, or the one where they go to Fozzie's grandmother's house. He was the guy who shows up. So it was very interesting to go from a Muppet type
Yeah.
world
Yeah.
to fuck shit ass.
To like a
because he
Yeah,
has
it's Tourette.
he
Yeah.
sadly has
fictionish
Tourette.
kind of,
Yeah.
movie.
Also in this movie, porn star Ron Jeremy.
Yes, he
Yeah,
is.
that was an
Yeah.
odd.
Yeah.
He is is he a lower level boss in the mafia world?
He's
if I
also
recall?
now canceled. Yeah, yes.
I did not know this.
Yeah.
I don't
Boon-
really care, but
Boondock Saints
Oh,
had a
well.
very limited theatrical release. The distributor showed in 2000. It was filmed in 2000. See, I didn't watch. It came out in 2000. I don't
Yeah.
think I watched it until 2008.
I watched it yesterday.
It was a couple
Watched
years
it
after
earlier.
for me yesterday.
yeah, because
No, for the first
it,
time.
Wow.
Yesterday.
Oh, really?
It was
Really?
supposed to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's good. It was supposed to be like written release, and then something happened that it wasn't going to get written release, and then they found a way to write and release it. That's why.
The unrated version of the film was later re-released in theaters on May 22nd, 2006. Later
Oh,
on,
The
what I
director's
watched.
cut, you mean?
yeah.
We have
And-
our thing has both.
Duffy later funded the screening of the film to help Blockbuster Video.
Wow.
Block-
Brings
That's nice.
back-
Didn't work out for him.
No, but
Blockbuster saved us.
nice he did that.
Yeah, he said Blockbuster saved us. They agreed to take on exclusively, and then from there on, the rest is history. So pretty much Blockbuster, I guess, putting it on their shelves and putting it in prime locations, kind of gave this film that cult following that it has today.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah, it got in some trouble because of the Columbine High School massacre.
That's what it was. That's
Which is wait,
What
hold
does
on.
that even have to do with?
That doesn't even the same time frame.
There were guns.
I know
Yeah.
because of guns and shooting. Well, and
Columbine happened
But
before
they're
that.
not like
Yeah,
shooting.
Columbine
Until, yeah,
was
like
way
10
before
years
that.
before that. At
'Cause
least
they were blaming Doom 1 on it.
they're blaming
Yeah.
Which was like
Eminem.
95.
Right?
Mhm. Yeah, that's what it was. They were, I guess, because of the
A
violence.
movie
in
that
it,
came
they
out
were
10 years
afraid.
later caused
so
the
this is-
guys to shoot.
This is
10 years
Yeah.
this is on Wikipedia. It said they later agreed exclusively, and the rest is history. According to Duffy on his audio documentary, the film and the DVD, the film's distributor allowed limited releasing of the screen in the United States because of the recent Columbine High School massacre. But the movie came out in 2006. Columbine happened. I graduated high
No.
school in 2005.
The movie came out in 2000 originally. It was supposed to come out in 1999.
Yeah, but 2000 still was almost
When
4
was
or 5 years
Columbine?
before Columbine.
I was in middle school when Columbine happened.
Columbine happened in 99.
And
Oh,
that-
You
and
weren't
that's
born
when
yet, were
No,
you?
I was-
This movie was supposed to come out in 1999. If you look, it was
Oh,
written and
okay.
directed in 99. It was supposed to be released in 99.
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
And there's a lot of violence in it. And that's why I couldn't remember why. That's why.
Yeah,
I
that
knew there
makes
was
sense.
something that was a barrier for it. And yeah, because there's a lot of, there's a lot of shooting, but I'm not like offended
I
by
think they
it.
had
But
Three Rambos were out for years.
I think
Yeah.
they the big thing with them too is they had at one point in the movie to conceal the guns, they had the big trench coats. and
Oh,
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
so did Arnold in Terminator 1.
And so did Neo in the Matrix.
yeah, Dirty
yeah.
Harry.
Yeah,
the
so many.
Matrix got in a lot of trouble too. Well, not in trouble, but it was like supposed to be inspired.
oh, I don't remember that about the
Yeah.
Matrix. And I
Yeah.
actually love the Matrix.
In its original run, the film only earned $30,401 in
Yeah.
5 theaters.
Yikes.
Well, because it was hurt by,
Yeah.
Later, when it went to DVD, it made 50 million domestic
How about
video
that?
sales.
How about that?
that's a lot of money for a domestic
I feel
sale,
like their
I think.
accents were a little, at least Norman Reese, every once in a while you could catch it and it's not.
Yeah.
Like he said, the one scene when they break in and they come after him, he's like, get your fucking hands off me. And he sounds normal.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have his
Yeah.
accent. And I'm like,
There's a 2-part comic book series about the
Oh.
movie
I didn't know that.
released in May 2010, and there was supposed to be a video game, but it was later canceled.
I remember that actually.
Boondock
yeah.
Saints 2, not
All Saints Day, right?
good,
Yeah.
not as
Yep.
good.
I didn't
Oh,
see that one.
I like
yet.
that
I
one
remember.
better.
Really?
I wish it had Willem Dafoe in it.
Yeah, well, part
Actually
one,
didn't see it.
part
Yeah,
one
rewatched
was,
part
I
two. I
think
don't
part
remember
one's
the other one.
fantastic. I just think I thought
although
it was
the
better.
toilet scene is a little unrealistic.
Oh, when he lifts.
I was
yeah,
yelling. I was
yeah.
like, there's no way that you're going to get a toilet, carry the entire thing up to the roof, and then climb up on top of these shaky barrels
I will say
and
this.
jump off the roof.
I
I
will
was
say
thinking
this.
as an adrenaline rush, maybe.
that
100%
But also, he
adrenaline.
totally
Was that in 2?
he totally
part
could have
one.
squeezed
Oh, I
his
don't
hands
remember.
out. There was a huge gap between the wall. And the
Well,
toilet.
So in
Yeah,
that,
just went-
true.
in
That's
that point-
true.
in
you
that-
also can't do this with guns, too.
Yeah.
Well, 3 of them and,
Yeah.
and shoot.
well, I will say, even though it is far fetched, I will never put it past somebody, because
Yeah,
if I was in a situation where 2 people handcuffed me and they said, I'm going to take your brother out in the alley and shoot him in the head,
that's true.
I'm getting that fucking toilet off the floor.
True.
Unless you hate your brother.
I mean, I
Feel
would,
like I
I would
tried.
find a way to
I'm
defend
like,
my
I
family.
had
too.
Yeah.
handcuffs. And,
I would find a way.
Yeah.
Nobody would be coming after my family either.
Yeah, I thought
I liked it.
I thought it was a fun movie. William Dafoe. I think William Dafoe doesn't get enough credit for that movie.
No,
he
doesn't.
I think the
doesn't.
brothers obviously get the most credit, and everyone's like,
Mhm.
"That
Well,
movie's
they're
so good because the
main
brothers."
stars.
But literally,
Mhm.
if you remove William Dafoe and Funny Man out of that, the brothers are kind of bland. They're the action part of it, like where they're
No,
fighting in the
no,
gun.
He did say Charlie Norris. However,
I like the brothers.
Whatever. I always had a rope.
But
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
That was fun.
all right, so
That was
Chuck
funny.
Bronson or
that's
Charlie
really the
Bronson,
only
yeah.
only quotable line from the brothers in that whole
I'm
movie.
sure they had more. I mean, I haven't seen
Where's your rope now, Rambo? You know what I mean? But I mean, if you quote that movie from front to back, you're mostly gonna get the bartender, Funny Man,
Mhm.
and William Dafoe.
I like-
That's where 90% of your quotes
That's
come
maybe
from.
the dad.
Maybe the prayer, everyone, but
I was going to
Yeah,
say
the
the family prayer is really nice. And I really like the brothers' relationship and their love for
Mhm.
each other and
Yeah.
how they defend each other. I like it.
but
Yeah.
I just don't think the other characters get enough credit for that movie, and
No,
I think
I
it
agree
does
with
show
that.
in part 2 when they're not there.
What?
What?
The
Well,
characters that aren't there.
The ones
in
who
part
aren't
2.
there in part 2.
Oh, I thought
Yeah.
you said the brothers weren't there. I was like, what?
The
What
dad
movie
was
did I
the
watch?
dad was badass.
I haven't seen the second one yet. I have to watch
The
it.
the
It's been a
the
while. I
main
need to
character,
rewatch it.
the Hispanic dude, he didn't do it from.
Do you think
part
the
2.
second one came out too far away from the first one?
No, I
heard
think it came out at the right time. I think people still are. It's hot. Even if the movie released,
Because when did the second one come out? Several years.
It was
later.
like it was a big gap.
Yeah.
I just don't
people
remember
still
how
want
long.
part 3, and it's been probably
Well,
10 years.
I
Since
would
They
part
watch
said
two.
they
it.
won't do it.
Yeah.
I mean, the brother.
The guy
Reed
is,
Wait,
said-
yeah.
Norman
Flannery.
Reedus says he
Norman
doesn't want
Reedus-
to do it.
He's
Norman
still on
Reedus
Walking
won't.
Dead.
He will. I met him. He will.
He has enough Walking Dead money. He don't
Yeah,
have
he
to
doesn't
do
need
it.
to do anything.
But he will.
It literally is.
Once-
Does he want to do it?
Once Walking Dead's
His
done
person-
and he's no longer getting that check,
Can get that calm money.
yeah.
Get
But
that comment.
let's see if he gets
His
offered a
person-
movie.
I don't know. His
Yeah.
personality dictates otherwise, I would say, but I can't speak for him because he's his own person.
A lot of actors won't do something until they're not doing nothing.
Till there's not getting a check
Yeah.
coming in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he would. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think he
Like
would.
Chris Evans ain't doing too much.
No.
And Robert Downey Jr.
But it
is
could be in
saying,
their
"Hey,
contract too.
don't
Robert
count
that
on
they
mine
can't
out."
do something else.
Robert Downey Jr. had a
Correct.
couple of bombs. He's like, maybe Iron Man didn't die.
Maybe Iron Man. Maybe.
All right, let's
Maybe Doctor Strange can do some stuff.
move
here.
it along.
Yeah, he is
Move it
regretting
along.
that decision. I know. Robert Downey Jr. Yeah. Well,
He's
That
coming.
was-
He'll be back.
Yeah, he will.
there is no other Iron Man. He is Iron Man. He was
There's only
born.
one character that stays dead in comic book universe.
Oh yeah, Uncle Ben.
Uncle Ben never comes
He'll come
back.
I'm still waiting for that day.
Everyone stays dead in comic book except Uncle Ben.
You mean they don't? They
He made that.
Yeah, it made the opposite. I'm dumb. My dyslexia kicked in. So when did you guys experience this movie?
Yesterday.
I can't believe that. Yeah.
And today.
Who put you onto the movies?
This podcast.
What about you, Lee?
That's easy
Actually,
one.
Mark did. Yeah,
Mark?
yeah, he did. He was a fan of the first one, not so much the second one. And he's like, I can't believe you never saw this. You're Irish. You never saw it. You should watch it. I'm like, yes, I should. Let's watch it.
This became like the quintessential movie for Irish kids in like high school.
Really?
Like, you've never seen Boondock Saints, bro? And I was like, no. And
Good.
we were at a house party and they're like, we're watching it. It's fucking St. Patty's Day weekend. We're getting drunk and watching Boondock Saints. And I was like, all right.
Then we're gonna take a bath with Irish Spring. Like, can you be any more stereotype there?
We're drinking Guinness.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Jameson whiskey. We're gonna get naked and get.
No,
And Robert
Jameson
Jones- I never
could. I jerk off to the
Jameson
punch
is
or
incorrect.
Cafe
Tell him we're
Ireland.
due.
What's that?
Tell him we're due whiskey.
I'll tell them to do. Yeah, that's a good
Telly.
Irish. Yeah.
Telly
You ever-
whiskey
you
is
ever
the
see-
real Irish whiskey.
But Jameson's also pretty Irish.
In the beginning of
Mm.
Leprechaun 1, the Irish guy is drinking Jameson.
Mm.
I disagree with your assessment.
Jameson made a lot of money for that country.
I'm not saying it didn't, but Telly's real
not
Irish
as much
whiskey.
as not as much as.
I'm
Guinness.
gonna look it up.
Telly's real Irish whiskey. I'm telling you. You will try it.
Nothing's more Irish than Conor McGregor's Proper
I know you're
12.
gonna say that.
What?
Conor McGregor's Proper 12 whiskey. The real Irish whiskey.
Jameson Irish whiskey. I mean, it's
I
in the
disagree.
title.
It's I
On
don't
the
like
internet.
It. Look
No,
up-
it's
look
real.
up Tell him we're due as well and see what they say.
Tastes like doo doo.
Did you ever try it?
I'm sure they
Yeah.
both taste exactly the same, like
Both
rubbing
taste
alcohol.
Best- all right.
Actually, they don't. Actually, I've tried both.
The top 12 top Irish whiskeys.
Tell her we're
Down
new.
rabbit
Better
hole.
be number
Rabbit
one.
hole.
So
Oh,
Boondock
these
Saints.
aren't
Boondock
yeah. So yeah, go back into that and I'll tell you what the top 12.
I just wanted to just throw that out there. I just want to say that. So
Oh wow, Jameson comes from
All right.
Dublin.
So side note, I told Heidi this earlier. So there's this scene where in part 2 where you find out who the new detective girl is, and they open up the door and they frame it up on her feet and like her legs coming out. And it's supposed to be like this sexy thing. I noticed all the rust at the bottom of the door, and I was like, "That's nice." Just because, like,
not
you
the
would-
legs.
no,
the
not
rust. Is
but like in a movie, you'd think it'd be clean.
yeah,
Yeah.
really a nice
The fact that they
shiny
had
car.
nice rust on the bottom of that door, it was
Mhm.
like either someone didn't care,
Yeah.
or they're like, you know what, this is a pretty bad neighborhood, Boston. We need to have rust,
Yeah.
and it was a nice touch.
So if you type in like just their rankings of what's searched more and what's more popular, Jameson number 1,
oh,
Telling Whiskey Distillery number 2, Old Bushmills number 3,
Old-
then-
Old Bush, I know.
and then Tullamore Dew is number 4.
Tullamore.
I do not like that lineup.
I would say
I
Jameson's
would like-
probably the more popular. Just
Now, is this
Uh,
lineup on Wikipedia?
Yeah, Wikipedia is not our friend tonight.
Yeah.
Because we can go change that right now. Be
Yeah.
like, who do you want to be number 1?
Yeah.
Number one is
Change it.
Kool-Aid whiskey.
Kool-Aid.
Conor McGregor's isn't on there at all. He's probably very upset.
No, he's punching old guys in the
So
head
when
in
did you
bars.
watch it?
I watched it at a party and right outside of when I just finished high school. I believe I actually watched it at my friend Will's house. He was at a party, and we all watched it there. But it was always one of those movies where people like just. I mean, it's good, but I think
good.
people overhype it.
Yeah, they put it on a pedestal.
I would
where
agree with
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And I do love it.
Like the tattoos on the hands.
Oh yeah.
I mean, FYE always sold the fucking lamp
Oh,
with
yeah,
the
the
two
lamp.
Okay.
guns.
Those lamps are cool though. I still have my Walking Dead hand
Didn't Kevin?
lamp.
Kev
Yeah,
has it,
Kev
right?
has that one.
Yeah. It was just something that like, no, especially in this area, I just feel like it's a very cult following movie because our Irish community, like people, like I think if you're Irish, you definitely really latch onto that
I
movie.
mean, I like it. I'm as Irish as the lasagna.
Yeah.
It is good though. It is
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
I would say-
whether or
would-
not you're Irish.
I would say The
Same,
Godfather is
same.
better.
What?
Yeah, I would say The
Nah.
Godfather's a better movie,
I don't
but
like The Godfather.
Well, I
But
think they're a
the-
little bit different kind of movie.
yeah, one's
Yeah,
one's
really the
action thriller,
same.
but I think like when it comes to like movies, it's not. It's
Well,
not.
I mean, you can say it for any movie. You
Yeah.
could think, hey, I think Lord of the Rings is better than Leprechaun 4. I mean,
Oh yeah, I
What?
mean, there's no contest
that-
there.
that's-
No way.
Yeah,
Leprechaun 4 is definitely
Leprechaun.
better.
If you
but
put
you
me in
see
a
what I'm
room,
saying? If you compare any movie to any movie,
All
I
right.
mean, to compare Ernest to to fucking Terminator 2, like
Completely
Ernest is
different.
good, man.
yeah, but you
Not
can't
that
like
good.
if you pick any two movies,
All right.
any one movie is better
If I
than
put
another
you in a
movie.
room and you had to watch 4 Leprechaun movies or all of Lord of the Rings, what are you picking?
I don't know, probably Lord of the Rings. I would enjoy.
That's
Over
right.
Leprechauns?
Yeah,
I would too.
because
I'd-
I like Lord of the Rings.
I'd watch Leprechaun.
I mean, they're hard watch.
and still
because
have
it's
13
time.
hours left of my day.
Yeah.
No. There's 8 movies, 8 times.
No, you said
an
only
hour and a
4.
half.
Only 4. We're doing.
Oh.
We're 3 to 3.
Oh, 3 to 3, but
Yeah.
then the Leprechaun would be faster. Yeah, because they're only an hour and a half.
Still doing Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
10 out of 10.
I'll see you in a week.
Oh, that'll be a good
No.
week for me. Lord of the Rings.
Someone's in the living room.
Shut up! Don't say that. I locked the door last time because I kept hearing things.
Someone's gonna peek their head around the corner.
Shut up.
It's gonna be
Nikolai's here.
what's
He
her
kept
name?
Sneaking out.
What
She
was his name
probably
that we were
does.
talking about earlier? Oh, from House. She's gonna peek around
Hugh
the corner. with
Glory.
the
Oh my god,
fucking eyes.
dude! If
You
someone's head
glory.
popped around that corner, I'd fucking
I would-
shit my
I would
pants.
It's
love
a
it.
ghost. I would too. I've
Fucking
been wanting to
shit.
see a
Love it.
ghost.
No, I'm just
Let
thinking
me
if they're a
see
real
it.
human. Just,
Oh. What if it's just the head and then the head falls out? Like, yes!
I'd be like,
How did this happen?
It's probably the wind
There's
outside.
money in the head.
My
when did
dogs
you
don't like
find out
it
about
either.
Boondock Saints?
I watched it. One of my friends had it like a couple years after. So not too long, like 2 years after, 3 years after I watched it on DVD.
It's definitely one of those
pretty
movies
good.
that someone turned on to somebody, and then like it's not one like for me. It's not.
I don't
It's definitely not a movie I've seen the trailer for. and
I don't
was
think there
excited
was much
for.
promotion behind it.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
I don't
I
think
knew
there was.
nothing about it other than it was Norman Reedus and
You knew it from the pop
Planet.
culture references.
no
Like
not
seeing
really.
From
it, like,
FYE.
you're gonna tell me you didn't know about it from FYE? There was at least 14 Boondock Saints things that were all over the place.
Not
I knew
really.
the
there was just
name.
the lamp.
I knew
there
the
was
lamp.
posters of toys.
Yeah.
There was always T-shirts of it.
Yeah, but I didn't.
There's a million
No
T-shirts in the
things.
place
Maybe my eyes just got drawn to it, but there was a
because
lot.
you
Of,
know it.
there was a blanket. There was a lot of Boondock Saints
I'm sure
merchandise.
there's a bunch of merchandise.
Yeah,
But if you don't know what it is, you're not gonna
a
recognize
movie that
it.
made $30,000 in the theaters, and it's merchandise out the ass now. That's crazy to think about. So a failure
Yeah.
turned into a cult classic.
No, what's the home market?
Yeah,
That's great.
Yeah, good for them. I
I think I turned you onto it, right? You watched the first time with me.
That's what I was thinking. I can't remember if I've seen it before that or not. I might have been with you.
It's definitely a good action movie.
I like it.
First they go after they go after the Russians, then the Italians.
I don't like how they
How could you-
filmed it in reverse. I feel like in the sense of the action scenes
It jumps
Like,
around. It had a
I
little bit of
didn't
Tarantino feel
care.
to it.
Mm-hmm.
to see the detective just tell everybody what happened and then
Oh,
see the
yeah.
action, especially when they built up the action and then they cut to the explanation.
Mhm.
Like, why wouldn't you?
Or the one scene he's like in the middle of it happening.
Yeah, I like
and
that because he was
I mean-
dead nuts on.
Yeah, I like that too,
Sure.
actually.
I-
Except the one with the 6 guns.
Yeah,
It was like it's
yeah.
6 guy or whatever.
He was-
guys, and
there
the
was-
guy was like, "What if it's one guy with 6 guns?" And he's like, "You're a fucking idiot."
yeah. He's like, there's no way that was one guy. It was a war out here.
Rongo.
There was 38 people and they were shooting at
It's
each
a
other.
shootout.
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff was fine, like having them in the midst of the
And
action.
he's like,
But I just don't
When they
like
cut back and forth, they like
when
ruin it
you
for you.
build this
Yeah.
moment and then it's like oh, Willem Dafoe's going to explain it. Why?
Yeah.
Why do I need that right now?
Because it showed that his character was just a really, really good detective.
Fine, you can do that after I see it, not flip flop.
Yeah.
I like the scene where
I don't
they're
like when they
talking.
bounce around either.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I
Like
don't
Pulp
mind
Finish the
that. I like
scene.
Pulp Fiction a lot.
Yeah. I mean, I love
That's one of my
Tarantino,
favorites.
so I don't
I do
bouncing
too.
around does
He's
He's
nothing.
so great.
Yeah.
Tarantino.
I like the
excuse
scene
me,
in the
Tarantino's wonderful.
jail when they're they keep talking in different languages. And he's like,
Yeah, that was really
I think
cool.
that was cool.
Yeah.
I love like it
Or-
just shows how
or when he
smart they are.
cross-dresses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I did not expect that.
William Dafoe cross dressing. I always wanted William Dafoe to play like an old Joker. I don't know. I just
No, you know why?
Yeah, because the internet memes. With
Yeah.
well, no.
Yeah.
I even before that meme came out, I was like, man, his
I feel like he has
smile
them
and
out,
like,
yeah.
and just his face.
I
just-
want
Yeah.
him, but
when he does that
Mark
crazy
Hamill
face.
voicing him.
See, I would even take William Dafoe's voice.
No, I.
Yeah.
But he's like a replica of
Mhm.
the game,
Mhm.
so it's like
I want someone that looks a little bit younger and maybe just a little bit tougher because Batman would punch William Dafoe.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
listen,
true.
if Spider-Man can take him,
Yeah.
That is also true.
All right.
he's
So
supposed to get his own movie,
who?
from what I heard. They want a spin-off Green Goblin Willem Dafoe movie.
That will never happen.
I would watch it.
That
I think that was maybe before Marvel got the rights and Tony's
Yeah.
like, we're gonna make this movie and this movie
Well,
and
no,
this
I just
movie.
recently saw
Really?
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
But people are also saying that they're gonna have 3 Spider-Mans and the next Doctor Strange and the next Spider-Man's gonna have all 3 Spider-Mans and
I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, they're saying
Oh,
that
a
it might be multiverse.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would totally watch that. I think that would be really
I
interesting.
don't want Tobey Maguire back. as
No.
Spider-Man.
Why? He's so good.
I wouldn't mind if it's all of them. Now, if it was just Toby, no.
Yeah,
I-
But if it's all of them, okay.
yeah, all the
From what I
Spideys.
read, he's supposed to sacrifice himself.
Or
He's
have
going
a
to be the
cameo.
Spider-Man that kills himself.
Please.
Like, he
I hope
could be,
I hope
like,
movie starts
Lady.
like I'm Toby, bang, and
No.
just blows his head
No,
off.
I mean he can do more than that. We don't
He's
want
the
to see him
worst.
in suicide.
I hated that Spider-Man movie.
Which one?
The Tobey Maguire ones.
There's
The
3 of them.
three of them. I hated
hate
all
all
3
3 of them.
Yeah,
I didn't think they were that
He's
bad.
my Spider-Man.
I thought 1 was good. 2 was even better.
It reminded
3 was not.
It reminded
3
me
was
of
not
Power
good, I
Rangers.
agree.
Like when like an explosion, they're like, no.
No,
I didn't think-
no, you're
Watch it back.
I'm not
You're
a fan
exaggerating.
of what's
Yeah.
his name.
It's not Power Rangers.
And I didn't like
No.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah, I'm not.
Oh,
I don't-
Kirsten Dunst, I didn't like.
I'm
She's
not
kind of
a
a
huge
bland
fan
actor.
of her. Yeah.
And she's not good looking.
And
Gwen
she,
Stacy was hot in the 3rd one.
Most of
Yes.
that movie had people
Yeah.
weren't good looking.
well, here
It's okay if the
Kirsten
bad
Dunst,
guys are
it really
Tobey Maguire's not a
downplayed her
heartthrob.
role in that
No.
movie, and I thought that was
Kirsten
really.
Dunst isn't attractive.
Why do they need to be?
William Dafoe isn't attractive.
no.
James Franco is probably the only one who's attractive
Okay.
in the whole
James
movie.
Franco.
But why do they need to be?
I mean, I want visually the good, decent looking people in film.
Okay,
I have
so
to stare
let
at
me
you for
ask you
2
this.
hours.
It doesn't have to be that. It's about
Quote
their
unquote
talent.
ugly person, but amazing out the ass actor.
That's right.
You
know
want
what
the pretty guy who can say 2
sucks?
lines?
Is Tobey Maguire an amazing actor?
I like him.
I loved him in Spider-Man.
You think he's an
think
My
amazing
Spider-Man.
actor?
I haven't really seen him. In
I think
Is
he's
Kirsten
good.
Dunst an amazing
Nope.
actress?
Nah,
Nope.
not that.
Nope.
William Dafoe is fantastic.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
James
Like,
Franco.
But then you could get Megan Fox, who's super hot but not a good actor.
that's what I
Exactly.
mean.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. The only thing
Dating
I will
Machine Gun
give
Kelly,
I will give credit
What's that?
for
She's dating Machine Gun Kelly.
I
oh,
will
I
give
heard that.
I'll give credit to William Dafoe is he was one of the only people who played a character and actually kept his fucking helmet on the whole time. He like every 30 seconds, every time he had a speaking line, his mask didn't have to lift up for him to say
Oh,
it
yeah.
and then close again. I fucking hate that in superhero movies.
That's because the actors have too much ego.
Yeah, I
don't want
hate
my
I
face to be
fucking
seen.
hate that. Like Will Smith is notorious for it.
I
Every
love him,
time
though.
every time he's in like when he played Deadshot, every time he had a speaking line,
I
he had,
forgot about that.
he had to take his mask off.
Yeah.
It's like
I
keep
didn't
your
even
fucking mask on.
notice. I
Yeah.
didn't even notice.
Oh, I catch it all
You
the
know
time.
who's the exact opposite of that? The guy who plays Mandalorian. Takes off like twice.
Yeah, I like that. Keep your fucking mask on.
And
This
Judge
is the
Dredd,
way.
what's his name that plays
Stallone?
Dredd? In the Dredd movie, he never takes his helmet off.
Perfect. That's how it should be.
It's the guy that was the writer Rohan, and then he's in something else big. I forget his
I
name.
heard
Oh,
I heard a thing about
I met him. He was real nice.
I heard a thing about I guess they didn't
Yes,
tell
he is.
Tom Holland how Endgame was going to end
no, they
Because they
only
were-
give him his scenes now because he spoils shit.
because he's so if you go
Really?
back and watch the
Yeah.
end of the funeral,
Mhm.
he wasn't told it was a funeral scene. He thought he was at a wedding. So everyone in the scene, he's smiling. He's smiling ear to ear
Oh, I didn't
at the
notice.
death of Tony Stark,
Yeah,
and
because
everyone's crying.
watch him and Benedict Cumberbatch do interviews together. He was like assigned by Marvel to be like, make sure he doesn't spoil shit because he starts to do stuff. He's like, don't you say like cut him off.
Didn't Mark Ruffalo did that and it became an ongoing joke?
Well, he had his phone and
Yeah.
recorded or whatever too.
Yeah.
I thought I read that about Mark Ruffalo too. I didn't realize Tom Holland spoils everything.
That's
Yeah.
why they don't tell even the big actors some stuff. They just don't tell them now.
Yeah.
That way they can't tell them. They can't tell no one they don't know.
Yeah.
I I love Tom Holland though. I think he's like a lot of fun.
Godzilla
He
King
was
Kong.
What was that lip sync battle? He was really good.
Yeah, Godzilla King Kong possibly was spoiled by the toy line. Well, it was spoiled by the toy
Oh,
line.
how so?
They released
The bad guy?
kind
Or-
of, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
you want me
that
to tell you
happens
what-
all the time.
I already
Yeah, go
kind of told
ahead.
you what my theory was.
Wait,
Mecha
were you
Godzilla?
correct?
Mechagodzilla,
Oh, okay.
and they released a toy.
Oh.
A Mech Godzilla.
Yeah.
Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah. So
There you go.
Oh my god, they team up and fight the greater bad.
Yeah, but
no
I mean,
one's seen that coming.
they did that with Shazam, with the kids being Shazam
Yeah.
versions with the pops.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, that's true.
So
they
I mean,
kind of did it with WandaVision too.
Mm.
When they released,
Remember the fake one? There was a Mephisto, and then there was.
well,
like,
no, they released Quicksilver, but it was Quicksilver with parentheses
Yeah.
around it.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So companies do that all the time.
Well, before we get out of here, we have a few more minutes. What do we think of WandaVision? It's officially over. We'll start with you, Brie. What did you think?
I thought it was really well done. I thought the storytelling was excellent. I liked that everybody thought it was Mephisto and it wasn't. It was just Agatha the whole time, which I didn't think Mephisto was going to show up anyway. I just didn't think they were going to do it. And my only problem with
One
it
of the head
was,
writers did admit, we were talking off camera, that she didn't even know Mephisto was a character.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, who's that? That's a little odd. And I think that if you are writing for
you
a
should
show,
know your source
yeah,
material.
Yeah,
There's
but
a
yeah.
lot.
I would
There's
fire
a
that
lot.
person.
There's a lot of people who play comic book characters. Don't.
I know,
shit
but-
Right.
about them.
it really irritates
But that's
me.
okay if you're playing it. But if you're writing it,
Robert
you
Downey
should
Jr.
know,
Jr.
you should
Writer
know the
should
ins
know.
and outs.
Robert Downey
Writer should
Jr.
know.
didn't know fucking anything about Iron Man. He
Yeah,
just
but
played.
now he
Yeah,
does.
he
I
just played
thought
himself.
didn't he research it or was
No,
that
he was
somebody
on Howard
else?
Stern. He's like, I never wrote a fucking comic book. Because
Somebody
Howard's
else,
like,
maybe.
I would be obsessed with. It. He's like, fucking.
Yeah. But then
Yeah, but
you have other people like the Punisher who went into a comic book store and said, "Give me all the Punisher stories you
Yeah.
have."
right.
Yep.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
I
Tom
feel like I
Hardy.
would do that. That's
what I would
if I
do,
was gonna
yeah.
play a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, if you were hiring me to be a character, I would look into the character. It was an established character because
I
I think
agree.
it's walking in with a lot of ego and being ignorant. If
Yeah.
you're not going to be like,
Yeah.
learn about the fucking character.
I agree.
Yeah, but was it in the pre-plans to have
I
Mephisto?
don't know.
Because it's like
I didn't read
if,
the whole article.
if they give them an outline of like these are the things that happen, and they're just like Mephisto, like who the hell's that? Like
Yeah.
they may have done research on everybody else,
Mhm.
but if Mephisto was never brought up,
I had a theory
Can't
that
really-
they're afraid to put certain characters in film because once you start crossing into religion, sometimes a lot of countries won't release your product because it gets in those territories. And then when I start looking into that, I was like, that makes some sense. Like if you make Hellboy, you already know your product is based on Hell, or Constantine, it's going to be based on that. But if you have bubblegum Disney and you have Marvel and you're like, we're going to introduce the devil, and then you're like, well, China's like, we're not airing this. You know what I mean? And you lose
I don't believe that.
It happens a lot.
Guess who Mickey fights at the end of Fantasia?
the devil.
But that was also done in the 70s.
So?
In today's climate, certain countries will not
You could
show
fart
stuff.
wrong and we'll cancel you.
Yes.
It is
Guess
ridiculous.
who's the bad guy in Hercules?
Well, that's
Hades.
different because it's based on, it's not actually the devil, it's
Then-
Hades, who's a
well,
form of the
he's-
devil,
He's not
Well,
the
he
devil.
is.
He's
But-
Mephisto.
but it's also
Where does Hades live?
in hell. But what
No,
I'm saying is
the underworld.
it is
It's a
yeah.
different world.
What I'm saying is you're already in the lore of that, where you're talking about gods and religion and
Mhm.
stuff, where Scarlet Witches, you're talking about witchcraft and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't want the devil introduced into
It's
that.
not the devil. It's Mephisto.
I understand.
Hades isn't the devil. He's Hades.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you, but
He got screwed by his brother.
I'm
Yeah,
just
he
saying
did,
that's
actually.
that could have been a factor with stuff like that as well.
Sabrina was on Netflix.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't think
That was-
Sabrina was aired all over. Like there's things in Netflix that people can watch in Europe
Oh,
that we don't
yeah.
get here.
Well, yeah,
And
but then
the
you can use a
opposite.
VPN.
Yeah. So there's certain countries limit to where
I think that had zero decision to with.
It
I
probably-
don't think the writer sat down and said, "Well, we can't use
I agree.
this character because of China."
I agree, but I think when they do make stuff, I think that can go into a play. When video games now, they're like certain things we can't put in our game because, and if you don't sell into a certain country or demographic, you lose a lot of money.
Yeah, but
Doom.
you can also make two.
Doom.
I've seen productions do that too, where
Yeah.
like they'll make a special version only for
Very true.
overseas
Yeah.
places and keep what you
I
want.
mean, listen, I would love to have Mephisto in a role, and hopefully he does come. But that is one thing I think that would concern people. Like, it wouldn't concern me because they would air it in our country, no problem. But it is something that happens with movies. What's your thoughts on WandaVision? The ending.
I hated it.
Oh, you weren't done. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't done.
Okay.
I wanted to say that my only problem with it was I didn't really like that Quicksilver wasn't kept alive. That was my only issue. I
Yeah.
thought
Or it
that
wasn't
was,
even him at all.
yeah,
Yeah.
that part's true. It was like some other guy named Ralph something.
Boner.
Yeah,
Ralph Boner,
yeah, which was funny, but I mean, I was really hoping that would be their way of bringing Quicksilver back to life because technically Quicksilver never dies, so he really shouldn't have been killed. So I thought that would be their way of bringing him back and introducing him into the X-Men.
I did read something too where they reached out to the kid who played Quicksilver, and I guess something happened where he couldn't film.
I don't believe that for a second.
Or with
the whole
COVID or
point.
something.
The whole
Might be
point was
COVID.
to get him from the X-Men and be like, "Oh, it's the X-Men Quicksilver." That's the whole
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
I think there was something.
Exactly.
I didn't read the article, but I think
I'm
there was
sure
something.
that guy would have did it in a heartbeat. Because what
Yeah.
else has he done?
Because I also read an article where Evan Peters said he absolutely loved playing Quicksilver and he would take any opportunity he can to replay him and stay in the
You
Marvel.
gotta watch the
I read
articles.
that was
There's a lot of
yeah.
websites are like we got this covered. There's
No,
also,
it wasn't a we got covered.
I know there's,
Yeah.
but there's other ones like that.
Yeah, no, this was this. I believe this is the comicbook.com one.
And comicbook.com's even because every week they would put out an article.
Yeah.
The High Evolutionary is in.
Oh
one of them.
yes.
It was a lot.
No, it's
They
not.
put a lot of theory out there.
I
Yeah,
did see that.
but they would say, and then people would see that and they would believe that.
Yeah.
And they would write an article and says, "Well, they said
Yeah.
that this character is
When was
in
this
it."
filmed? Like this year? This
Yeah.
past year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like it could have been something with COVID because I know like other movies where they had to change location and then they had to change half their cast just because of COVID.
I mean, maybe. But
I don't know.
I think now that we know this about this writer, it probably has something to do with her like poor understanding of how Marvel works. She
Well-
didn't even know
well,
who
here's the
Mephisto was.
I'll say
Probably-
this.
there's more than one writer.
True.
I'll
So, I
always look
stand
at
corrected
background.
then.
So what is your take on this?
I hated it.
You didn't like it?
They got rid of my Quicksilver.
Well,
Not that shitty Marvel one.
that's the that was the make or break for you. Was the Quicksilver?
Yeah,
Wow.
I would never watch that again because they ruined their moment.
So you don't like Evan Peters or
I've seen him in that one thing and he died.
He died.
So
wait, you don't like the original or you don't like Evan Peters from American Horror Story?
I like the true Quicksilver.
Okay.
The one that died in Age of Ultron.
Fuck that guy. Sorry, whoever you are.
Wait, you're
So you
confusing
like
us.
Evan Peters?
So you like the one that was in the WandaVision show?
Yeah, the true Quicksilver
Yeah, the
from
true
X-Men with
Quicksilver. Yes.
Magneto.
Yes, excellent.
Ian,
I like that Quicksilver too.
He's
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
better.
The one in the movie
Yeah.
did not stand out to me. at
The
all.
other one
Yeah.
sucks. He has no personality. Sorry, dude. Adam something, I think his name is.
not now. Besides that, I thought it was a good show. I really liked the thing where White Vision shows up and he's fighting Vision. And he's like, he does that explanation about the boat and stuff. I really liked that
Yeah, the boat
interaction
pieces or
with
something
each
like
other,
that. Yeah.
where he's
Yeah.
like, well, doesn't that mean we're both kind of thing? Because
I like
you
how
keep replacing the boards and
When
stuff.
he was there to kill
Yeah.
him, and then when they kind of start fighting, he stopped and goes, "Wait a second," because no matter how you program Vision, he's still going to be
Think on his own.
he's going to be thinking on his own. He's like, "Wait a second, why are we fighting, and who are you?" And then
Yeah.
he start figuring things out, and he's like, "Oh," and then he did the whole fucking like reprogram you,
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was really cool. That scene and the conversation between them.
and then he just takes off.
Mhm.
You don't know where.
I
he
seen an
goes.
article. It's like explaining why Vision took off. I was like, why do you have to explain it? So people will be like, "Where's Vision? What's he up to?" That's the whole point.
Yeah, when's
There's
he gonna,
nothing to explain.
When's he going to show up again?
Yeah. I was like, what?
In the next
what,
phase.
Who are these idiots that watch the show and
Because
ask
even
these
though
questions?
he's Vision, his entire world just got re-rocked. again.
Yeah.
So he's like, I need to go figure shit out.
Yeah.
And this place where I'm at right now is not where I need to be.
Yeah.
And he jet.
Mhm.
Yeah. What did you were done?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done after my Quicksilver rant.
What did you think, Addy?
I liked it. I thought the first episode and the second one was still a little slow. And the first one was kind of yeah, but other than that, overall it was very good.
Yeah, the first two were definitely just fun to do the spoofs.
Yeah.
And then part 3 is when they really hit their stride.
Yeah. And then 4 really kicked it.
yeah.
Mhm.
And then I thought it was a good. I don't mind if the characters didn't show up. I don't mind if Reed Richards wasn't there because they never said he was going to be there.
Mhm.
It'd be different. They said Fantastic Four will show up, but they never said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
true.
it was definitely fun. So here's where the catch going. I liked the week to week because it gave us time to talk. It
Oh.
gave time to speculate. But also it gave a lot of people entitlement and it
Mhm.
gave a lot of people the need that they should write the the
Yeah,
show.
they know more.
Oh, God.
And
They know better.
And when they didn't get any of their fan theories, then they turned around and said the show sucked.
Yeah.
And I strongly disagree. I thought it was a
Yeah,
really good
well,
show.
they-
It was excellent.
Everyone's hardcore Mephisto. These idiots.
Yeah.
Until like there was
And
only
then
one
they-
episode left. They're like, it's probably not him.
Then it's
So now it's
Ultron.
Ultron.
Ultron, yeah.
Oh,
Why would you fucking bring back Ultron?
yeah,
Why?
he's done and over with.
I don't think Ultron's done
I-
completely.
If he ever
Okay.
comes back, it won't be for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a
Why?
real long time.
Why, when you have Galactus and Magneto and
Mhm.
Apocalypse
Mhm.
You have a
and
lot
Doctor
coming.
Doom?
You have a lot coming.
Why would you bring back fucking Ultron?
You would.
Come on now.
I agree.
I will say I liked the order that we watched things because we watched Captain Marvel and then this episode came out.
It
'cause
did have to
otherwise
deal
it
with-
would
yeah.
have made no sense.
It
Yeah.
did, it helped.
After
It
credit
did help a lot watching that.
Yeah,
And
his-
I heard other people did that too. Like I went back and I watched Thor 2 or whatever just to see Darcy and so.
Yeah.
Oh, Darcy's.
I love her.
What a fox.
Good old
Stacked
Kat
from the
Denning.
front to the back.
She's also great in Two Broke Girls.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where I
She's
know
great in
her
this
from.
black dress too. I see on the internet.
What did you didn't finish it yet, did
Nope.
you? We'll just skip right over
Nope,
you.
didn't
You're,
finish
you're
it.
out of the superhero game. She's burnt out. I truly enjoyed it. Like I said, I think people were disappointed in it. The only thing that kind of annoys me with Marvel a little bit is every single time a show or a movie or something ends, they bill that character as if they are the end all be all daddy of Marvel. Like at the end of every movie, you're like, dude, there's no one on this planet that's stronger than Thor. And then at the very end of like Captain Marvel, you're like,
Well,
she can come in and just wipe everything clean. And then at the end of WandaVision, it's like, oh no, she's King Dingaling. You know what I mean? Like,
that's kind of.
I didn't take it that way. Yeah.
oh, at the very end, because
But
they even,
She's just learning.
They don't do that with Ant-Man.
yeah, that's
For
very true,
Spidey.
very true.
Yeah.
But no, at the end, they even said she's stronger than the Supreme, which would be Doctor Strange, right? Like they pretty much said that she's light years ahead of him. Once
Well,
she
now
figured,
she's got that book.
Well, yeah, if you could just do magic like this.
but the
rather
thing
than
is
read
Doctor
it.
Strange has that, like, he's only missing one of those books. He has a library full of every single other version of that book.
Yeah, but she can do this from her hand and make magic, where Doctor
Yeah.
Strange has to read and do
Yeah.
a spell.
He's got to
I-
get a ring.
I will say
And he has to use
Like
like
Doctor
the,
Strange has no innate powers.
right.
he
He's
just
a
tapped into
human.
stuff.
Yeah, he's just
Yeah.
a human with artifacts, and he actually does spells.
Sling rings.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
doesn't do spells from like chaos magic, where she is.
Isn't his cape magical?
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
magical artifact and Eye of
Yeah.
Agamotto and stuff. But like him, like
I still haven't watched
a
that movie.
naked Doctor Strange has no powers.
Yeah, she
Unless he is going to spell out a spell and be like, wow, you know, like that.
Yeah.
she would always be more powerful than him no matter what.
Yeah. A lot of his is just, I guess, the pure knowledge. Like he's like
Yeah.
he's like the Batman. His
Yes,
prep time
yes.
is impeccable.
And with,
He's
with his
intelligent.
items and yeah.
Yeah. He's like a spiritual Batman. I guess.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a great way to describe
Um,
him.
So at the end, I heard another thing I really enjoyed about it when she transforms into Scarlet Witch fully,
Mhm.
and when she first comes in, she has a long gown robe, and I was like, oh shit, they're going original, and then they kind of like at the same time modernized it.
Yeah, they can modernize it.
I
looked
love
good.
her outfit.
I kind of wish she
yeah.
had the pink legs and stuff.
Yeah.
So
And then her crown
Yeah,
was very reminiscent of like half of Magneto's helmet. A
it
little
Yeah.
has
bit.
the little
I
thing,
noticed
though,
that right away.
Yeah.
And it's not as big, which I'm like, oh, it's cool. It's still cool.
It's
Yeah.
very
her.
comic book.
Pro cosplay. 1 week they have the outfit out to buy $149. You
Yeah.
buy already.
It's very pro comic book. Like it's not like I hate like when they did X-Men, they like put them all in leather jumpsuits,
and I hated
like
that.
make them look like
That's
they're
not
wearing boxers.
realistic.
Yeah,
hmm
it
I agree.
it gives me hope that Marvel's turning around and saying we can make them look like superheroes. Like
Mhm.
I know they're teasing at Hawkeye getting a mask. Like he's been like he was-
Maybe when he gets, well, is she getting a show? Is there a Hawkeye show coming?
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Him and his daughter, and he's
Or Kate
training the
Bishop? Yeah, because
daughter.
Kate Bishop's
Yeah.
in a show.
Yeah.
Is it
Yep,
just called
she is.
Hawkeye?
yeah.
Yeah, or Hawk Girl or something. I forget what it's called, but
No, 'cause
yeah,
she's her name's Hawkeye too.
Yeah.
Maybe
He-
she's
Well,
Kate Bishop.
he's
Yeah.
been taking photos of himself getting lined up for masks
okay.
and stuff.
Oh no, that's just for his music tour.
I mean,
Jeremy Renner's.
I know, but
Fantastic
he's not on.
singer.
He's not on.
He's going on tour.
No,
That's what the
tour.
mask's for.
No, it's not.
For a tour.
It's not
I
for
forget who's playing her too. It's
I seen a
who-
picture of her. I don't know.
Yeah, she's known for other things. I'll have to look her name up again. I can't think.
Said
of it right
rumors we
now.
might
I'm
be
getting
getting
tired.
She-Hulk trailer soon.
Yeah, yeah.
That might be dropping soon. They said.
hmm
Yeah, exciting.
Might be a ways for that. I don't know. I heard that
Yeah,
one's not
we're still
2000.
fucking waiting for them to be like, we're gonna put Black Widow in theaters.
Yeah, they keep their.
May. Yeah, May. I'm gonna go see it. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck about Black Widow.
I want to watch it, but put it on Disney Plus.
Yeah, for $30.
Oh
I'm not
God!
paying $30.
That's
And
what's
then,
gonna happen.
and then everyone will be
The
upset.
only- the
and then
only
they'll put it
reason-
on.
The only
You
reason
pay
I-
$50 on theater, so
the
you
only-
buy everything.
No, it'll be okay.
the only reason I'm excited for Black Widow, even in the least, is because this is the kickoff of this next like that.
Yeah, even though like WandaVision basically was not because there was no Black Widow.
Yeah, but it's just like I'm really invested in this next generation of Marvel. Like I just because the possibilities and the characters and the
Yeah.
next universes and characters who I've always wanted are now going to be there and they can interact. I'm really pumped for this next generation.
Falcon Winter Soldier next week.
Yeah,
Yep, I'm excited for that.
starts, but it's just like I don't fucking
Need
care.
my
I don't
X-Men.
want to watch a Black Widow movie.
Oh, I want to watch it. Looks pretty good from the trailer.
Yeah, I'm really
I'm
interested in
Gonna
that story.
skip Shang-Chi. Don't care. I'll never watch it.
Which one?
Eternals or Inhumans, whichever one that is.
Which
Care.
Shang-Chi?
Shang-Chi is the master of kung fu. I don't like karate
Oh.
movies. I just don't.
Oh,
Don't care.
Oh, Inhumans.
So you
is
don't want to
really
borrow
good,
my
though.
Batman
Oh,
DVD
wait, not Inhumans.
so you
is
don't want to
really
borrow
good,
my
though.
Batman
Oh, wait,
DVD
not
where he meets
Inhumans.
Bruce Lee?
Nope.
Um,
And the
New
Inhumans one.
Mutants.
Don't
New
care.
Mutants is good.
Do not care. Will not watch it.
Yeah. I heard I had a lot of people say they didn't like New
Yeah,
Mutants.
that's what I heard too. I didn't see it,
excellent.
so I can't say.
I highly recommend it.
And the last X-Men movie they say wasn't good either.
I'm gonna still watch it anyway.
Dark Phoenix.
I'm
Yeah,
still
but that
watching it.
movie got so buried.
Yeah,
It did. It did.
I'd like to see it because I didn't
Constantly,
see it.
The trailer looked fucking awesome.
It's
I
on
thought it
Voodoo.
looked great too.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is New Mutants on Voodoo?
not yet.
I have it.
I was gonna buy it at Walmart, but it's not there anymore.
Well, here's the
I
thing
have
too.
it. So,
Did you give everyone the access?
Well, not in the
probably.
group, but I could at this table.
Yeah, when
I
you're
don't
done
trust
watching
people in the world.
He doesn't want
I-
everyone in the group.
The only other person in the
Yeah.
group that's not at this table who's in that chat now is Brian
Okay.
and Andy Hare.
The only reason I say that is because my credit card is attached.
No, I know 100%.
So I don't want.
Yeah,
Yeah,
random-
it's not like Netflix.
I
Yeah.
could go
You
on
can
there
buy
and buy a
things.
movie
Right.
and just
Yes.
Right, and be like,
Um,
why do I have $500 in movies?
so I don't blame him.
No,
Whereas like Netflix, you can't
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
anything. But
I'm just letting you know for like thing that the not Cole in high school chat. The only other people that are in that I think that are not at this table at a regular basis is my brother, Andrew Hare, who's he's a good dude, and Brian from Tornado Tag, and he's a good dude too. So you don't have to if you're still not comfortable, you don't have to put it in there. But I'm just
Well,
telling
how
you.
about Netflix said they're going to crack down on the.
I
Yeah,
saw
I heard
that.
that
Good
today
luck.
on the radio too.
Yeah. Well,
I
you
saw that.
can because some do where it's like if it's logged in more than 2, it kicks you out.
Yeah.
Well, you
And
can
they're
just, you
saying,
can just
like,
turn around and be like,
log in.
well, I was logged into my phone.
Yeah, but then it will kick you out of there. You can be logged in 2 things.
Yeah, it'll kick one.
It will kick the
And
one
it'll
out. So,
ask you
so
if
like,
you're
okay,
the
so
actual
here, you're
owner
logged
or
in.
whatever.
Okay, same account. You're logged in. I'm logged in.
Mhm.
She goes logged in a different house. It kicks you out.
Yeah,
Someone else goes logged in. Now I'm kicked out. Now we're both kicked out, but they're on.
we'll just have to communicate better.
So
Yeah, we'll
it,
just say,
it would
"I'm
make
going
things
in."
more complicated.
I mean,
Yeah.
they could also charge by how many devices
yeah.
logged into.
Well, there's the one where you're only allowed like I can only have like 2. I think there's like 2, and then there's 5. You got to pay a little bit more.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for the Patreon, the love here. We'll see you guys next time. I think we're gonna do a Patreon
in 3 weeks.
on Sunday for Megan Beers, and then next Friday we'll have a Patreon for. Is next Friday TBI or is that
I think you guys are doing Tornado Tag.
our Tornado Tag? Yeah,
Yeah.
Tornado Tag. We'll do a Patreon for that. We're gonna record. We'll get out of here in a moment, and then we're gonna record some unboxings possibly. So we'll see you guys soon. Thank you for the support, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye.
Confined is where I'm safe. I'm gone without a trace. Nothing goes as planned. It's just a part of every fucking thing I have. I never seen